This episode of Off My Shelf contains coarse language and adult conversation. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, my name is Tracey James, and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast about movies that are well off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about the movies in my collection. In this episode, Sean Archer joins me to talk about two films that I think have nothing in common, with Lucky Number Slevin and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Welcome!
Thanks for having me back.
Thank you for coming on.
Just as you said that, I thought of a similarity.
What is the similarity?
Both movies have horses in them. That's all I could think of. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yes, it does. Yes.
Yep.
Wait, that wasn't a horse. Was not a donkey?
No, when they send Mel Gibson to the Gulag, which I don't understand why it's called that. He's put on a horse.
Is that I thought that was a donkey. Why did
was it? Oh man, I thought it was a horse.
But I guess bipedal equestrian
pack animals. They both have pack. Oh, I guess horses are pack animal. Anyways, okay, nothing in common.
Nothing in common. I mean, both of them have a lot of death. I guess that counts. Yeah. I don't know. There's technically no cages in Lucky Number Slevin, but
for a Mad Max movie, not enough death. I don't know why they went the Robocop 3 route and made it PG.
They wanted to make more money. That's usually what happens.
Actually, as I was watching it, I'm like, this is just like Robocop 3. And this is why it sucks.
I cannot tell you the last time I watched Robocop 3, and that's probably because of that reason. I've definitely watched 1 and 2 many more times.
Oh, 100, yeah. Last time I watched it, OCP is trying to turn the slums into mega condos for the rich.
Yeah.
And then so RoboCop gets kicked off the force, I think. I haven't seen it in a while, so I could be getting things mixed up. But then he finds a bunch of homeless kids. And so it's RoboCop and the homeless kids battling OCP.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God.
And they kill his partner. Why? She was awesome.
Really? Oh,
yeah. Anyways,
I did like her. She was really good. I don't remember her in anything else besides RoboCop.
Nah, I'd have to look her up.
I think she's one of those people that was probably like a secondary or tertiary character in like 800 things, but you wouldn't recognize it because her hair wasn't so big or something.
Yeah, well, she had short hair in RoboCop, right? So I bet if you saw her with long hair or even shorter hair, she looks different.
Yeah, that usually what happens, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she's doing great. That's all I got to say.
I love talking about RoboCop. Sorry.
That's what we're here for, right? RoboCop? Is that what it is?
That's what I watch.
So I don't know where you want to start first with this, with Lucky Number Slevin or Mad Max, because I think there's going to be a lot of yelling with Mad Max, but I have, despite having very few notes, I have things to say about Lucky Number Slevin. Yeah, where do you want to start?
I like Lucky Number Slevin. I did not like Thunderdome.
Oh, okay. So we're technically on the same page with these two things. Okay, that's fine then. Yes.
But when we get to the other Mad Maxes, that's when we'll argue.
Okay, let's just start with Lucky Number Slevin. Okay. I just want to say this is a very underrated, underappreciated movie that nobody talks about, that very few people I know have seen, and they should get on this bandwagon and enjoy the ride and have a good time with it.
Yeah. I've always liked this movie. I saw it in theaters, and I was thinking I'd only see it in theaters, but I remembered way too much of the movie to have only seen it once. Like I was spitting out like quotes and stuff like in my head, and I remember the twist immediately once I saw Bruce Willis in the wheelchair. I was like, oh yeah, this is what happens. And so I must have seen this movie many times.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
I've definitely watched this movie quite a few times. I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, every time I sit down and watch it, I just have a good time with it and enjoy it. And it's one of those movies that is kind of what I like to call complicated for the sake of being complicated, because they definitely don't have to go through all of this to do what they do.
Nope.
But it makes it, you have like such great characters, a great setup, a great follow through, and a great ending.
Awesome cast.
Like, it's such a great cast too.
Yeah.
Who's in there? We got Bruce Willis, Josh Hartnett, Morgan Freeman, Ben Kingsley, Lucy Liu, that bald dude who's in a bunch of stuff.
Corey Stoles.
Yep. Stanley Tucci.
The Tucci.
The guy who likes to tell the stories.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
No, I already said Ben Kingsley.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Ben
my bad.
Kingsley.
Tell the stories. Which character?
No, he just calls in. He calls Stanley Tucci at the end when he tells him the origin of Slevin.
Oh, I was so happy when he showed up.
Yeah,
Robert Forster.
He's so good.
From Jackie Brown, and if you ever watched Breaking Bad, he's in it. And He was a big 70s, 80s
guy.
Star. Yeah,
he's got like a great voice for just like storytelling and just like because it's all exposition, his thing, and it's like 10 minutes long and he's just talking the whole time.
Awesome.
And he's so good at it.
Yeah. I was really sad when he passed away. His last film was El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Breaking Bad, but he plays a vacuum salesman who's good at disappearing criminals. Like, not disappearing. He puts them in like Alaska, or so they can hide and get away from crime.
Well, I've definitely watched Breaking Bad, but I did not watch El Camino.
Okay, he's in Breaking Bad.
Is he? Wait, is he in the first 2 seasons?
No, he's in the last season. He's the one who sends oh my god, what's his name? Who's the main dude?
Walter White.
Thank you. He sends Walter White to Alaska or Canada. I don't know what.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that at all.
Yep.
Huh. All right, I got to go back and watch that.
Remember, he's got all these rules and he needs the exact amount of money. And anyways, he's such a great actor.
He is a great actor. I find he's also one of those people that kind of like Gary Oldman, where they're so good that when you see them, you know who they are, but also you always forget they're in things because they're so good as the character.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that's just a random dude. Who played that guy? That guy was really good.
Yeah.
And you're just yeah.
Yeah. And there was one actor in it. I wonder if you'll get this. I don't know the actor's name. I only know him from one other thing. He's in Die Hard 3. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the guy in the truck. The
bomb disposal guy.
The bomb disposal guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I saw him, I got so happy.
Yeah, there's a few people in this movie that were also in Die Hard.
Oh, who else?
It was him and one other person I noticed in there, and I was like, oh, that guy's also in Die Hard. I should have written it down. Did I write it down? I may have written it down.
Yeah, I actually made notes for this too.
I did not make notes.
Yeah, I don't usually make notes, but which Die Hard?
Okay, I did not write it down. I really should have.
Do you know who we're also forgetting? Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Oh, was he the guy who played Slow?
Yes, yeah, with the fake teeth. I mean, with the I think they're fake teeth.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I did not recognize him, but as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, it would have been that guy.
I was sad the Jewish I wouldn't call it hitmen, but the Jewish thugs and then the Morgan Freeman thugs.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't in the movie enough. I was enjoying them.
Yeah, but the Morgan Freeman so Slow and Elvis are the Morgan Freeman thugs. They were in it more than the Jewish guys. Yeah. But I was also kind of like, you should have had at least the Jewish guys in the same amount as the black guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I wanted to learn more about the guy who's mute and felt bad for punching Josh Hartnett. I want to know more about him.
That scene was so funny.
He's like he says he's sorry for punching you.
It's like, what? Can he talk? No.
And I thought they would come back later and he would talk or something, but nope.
Yeah. They died so quickly.
I wonder if something was cut from the movie with them. Or
I wouldn't be surprised, but it was probably cut due to pacing. Because like up until that point, like it was very quick and it's all set up and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. And I think if they put in another scene with that guy, it would be like, it'd have to be at least like 3 segments of back and forth to be like getting him, taking him somewhere, doing something and taking him back. And that would be an extra 15 minutes of like, I think they believed it would have been too much. And I understand why.
Yeah.
But I love how quick this movie is. Like it's fast. Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Mm-hmm. And it's like 95% dialogue. Like I should have looked up the script. Like this script, even though this movie is just about 2 hours, I swear it's like 4 hours worth of dialogue in this movie.
Oh, and it's 7 hours of cultural references or naming other movies. Like
Yes.
like this is a Tarantino effect of movies from. Is this 90s, early 2000s?
Early 2000s, 2006.
Yeah. It's like a lot of movies tried to be like Tarantino, and just let's put in talk of James Bond for no reason, or what are some of the other movies they reference Columbo at one point. Like I loved it.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of how people talk now, though?
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Yeah, we always make references to other things all the time. I guess meme culture has done that. It's
very true.
Kind of weird. But one thing I like about this movie, I find it's a combination of like it's Wes Anderson meets Tarantino, if you know what I mean, because the visual style of this movie is so specific.
Oh yeah,
and filled with patterns.
The hallways,
everything
were so cool looking.
Yes, yeah. And the thing, when you think about it, you're like, oh, let's put paisley and futuristic black gradient, black and white stripes together. You're like, that doesn't. What are you doing with this space? And then you see it on the screen, and you're just like, that is amazing.
Yeah, the sets were awesome. My one quibble is the airport set. They were lazy there. They just found like a warehouse, put up some walls and blue chairs. If you look at it, it does not look like an airport.
No, it does. I actually always thought it was like a bus station or a train thing, but then they're just like, no, it's the airport. I'm like, it is.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like a travel depot of some sort. I will give them that. Like,
I just was like, yeah, this is a bad airport, but yeah, generally I like the sets and the decor and the art design of it. It's beautiful.
I actually also liked the costume design, even though it wasn't like crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Each character had a very specific look for their costumes because like down from the way Lucy Liu's outfits were, she was always like kind of like wispy and flowy kind of things. Josh Hartnett was sweater vest, which I know is weird, but I love a good sweater vest.
I know. I normally I wouldn't like it, but like in a Christmas movie, sure. But here, for some reason, it works. I don't know. Josh Hartnett is rocking everything he's wearing.
I mean,
I'm not usually a fan of his, and he's so good in this.
He spends 20 minutes in a towel. You have to remember this.
Yeah. you get almost naked Josh Hartnett. I get delightful Lucy Liu. Like I remember when I saw this when I was like, so I remember around 20. I definitely had a crush on her.
She's beautiful.
She's so good in this movie.
She is. I actually think everybody's really good, and it makes me think. I'm like, why did Josh Hartnett kind of disappear for like a couple of years, like at the top of his thing?
Yeah.
But then he went and did like a bunch of TV stuff, and like I know he did a couple of bad movies, but not enough to just like, oh, I'm gonna be relegated to Peaky Blinders and stuff like television, which I thought was odd.
He's in Peaky Blinders.
Wasn't it Peaky Blinders? Oh no, it's not Peaky Blinders. It's
no,
the other one.
You're thinking of the horror show.
Yes,
he plays a cowboy who's mortal.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh no, sorry, he's a werewolf, I think.
What is that?
It's Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful. Yes. Sorry.
I like season 1. I never continued. I just too much stuff to watch.
I haven't watched any of it. I really should. It is on my list of things to watch. I don't know when I'll get to watch it because, as I keep saying, like people always bring up stuff and I'm like, oh, it's on my list. And that list just keeps getting longer.
Yeah, my list of 200 things.
I know. And here's 2003, 2004.
There's certain shows like I'm probably gonna watch Stranger Things this weekend, and obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
But like certain shows go straight to the pack. Sorry, the top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just then my list just keeps growing and growing, and
any show that I think is going to get spoiled really quickly goes to the top of the list.
Yeah,
so things
or a show I think people at the office will talk about. We've already all agreed to like by Monday at least have watched 2 or 3 episodes of Stranger Things.
Yeah,
so we can talk about it.
That makes sense. We were talking before we started recording that this weekend alone, we have to watch I gotta watch 3 shows, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
I probably won't because I hate binge watching. Like it still drives me crazy. I can't do
I'll bounce. I mean, I watched the 2 Sylvie episodes and I'll probably watch, at least 2 episodes of Stranger Things.
But did they release all of Obi-Wan at once? No,
it's 2 it's a 6 part miniseries and there's 2 today. So I don't know if it's been 1 a week or 2 for the. It'll probably 1 a week after this.
Okay, so then I can catch up with that. That should be fine. I could do that. And I think they released all of Stranger Things at the same time, though.
They did what Netflix did with Ozarks. I mean, it is Netflix, but the first half of the season is now, and then I think they're releasing 2 or 3 episodes in July.
Oh yes, I heard about this because apparently the last
be like an hour
3
long.
episodes are apparently the last episode is like 2 hours long. It's like a full movie, and then there's 2 episodes that are over an hour. And
this is one of the most expensive shows ever made because each episode is like $30 or $40 million.
Each episode?
They put a lot of money into this.
People were bitching when Game of Thrones was 10 million an episode. Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope they don't screw it up.
I really hope not. Like talk about a show that screws it up, right? Game of Thrones. Oh my god. They had everything going for them, and then they just dropped every single ball.
Pardon my French.
They did. They really did.
Yeah.
And
What a big disappointment.
It was such a big disappointment. It was like suddenly everybody forgot what they were writing and how everything was done before. And it was very clear that they were like, look, the actors want out. We're spending too much money. Just hurry up and do things. We're just going to cut a bunch of timelines. And the problem with that is like everything before was very good at setting up time between things. So going from this city to this city isn't like now where it's like, it's hop in the car, it's half an hour. No, this city to this city is like a week and a half. 35 people, you're getting stuck in mud, people are dying on the side of the road, all this kind of stuff is happening. And you're just like, oh, there's a passage in time. Whereas like the later episodes, you're just like, oh, do they have teleportation devices? Like they were there in like 10 minutes. Like I don't understand what's happening here. And also some of the characters just seemed really different, or they would say things that didn't make any sense. Like the biggest one was when Cersei says the walls of the city have never fallen, and I'm like, but isn't that how the show started? Like they were breached and Baratheon took over. Like that was like the whole start of the show. Like you can't say that. So it was stuff like that just drove people who were fans crazy.
Also, her turn to the dark side was not warrant. Like it was not what's the word I'm looking for? Like it was too quick.
Cersei's turn to the dark side?
No, Daenerys.
Oh yeah, Daenerys was just like snap fingers. I'm evil now. You're just like, no.
My translator's dead. I'm gonna burn this city down.
Yeah. It was kind of it was stuff like that just didn't make any sense. It was just Anyways, lucky number Slevin.
Back to something good.
Yes, something very good. Also, like Josh's character, his name is Slevin Kalevra, or what was the kid's name? What was his real name?
Ooh, I don't remember.
That is a good question.
I don't remember.
Is it Max? It was Max, right?
Sure. I don't remember.
Max? I don't remember. Oh no, it was Henry. It was Henry.
It was Henry. Okay.
It was Henry. Henry's his real name. He gets punched in the face so many times in this movie. I'm surprised he still has a nose.
And the makeup is just a little bit of blood on either side of this.
The whole time.
Yeah. Wait, his nose is broken, what, 3 times? No.
3 or 4 times, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty face wouldn't be so pretty.
No. Oh my God. Like his whole face would be like purple.
Yeah.
It'd be
Lucy Lou's just like, ugh, get away from me.
Ugh. Dude, I'm just gonna go. You keep your sugar. I'm over all of this.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yes.
So she seemed to be friends with Nick, the guy who gets killed in the airport at the beginning.
Yes.
Or like for the Kansas City Shuffle. They need a body, but she didn't seem that shook up that he's dead.
Or does she know he's dead?
I don't know. Yeah, because you don't see the scene where he tells her what's going on. Like he's like, I got something to tell you. And then
so like I think he tells her the high level of the story. Like, look, I'm not really like, this is a sting. These people killed my parents. We're killing him. He's actually a murderer, and you took his picture. He might come and kill you. Like, I think that's what he told her. I don't think he was like, hey, by the way, my friend murdered your friend.
My hitman stepdaddy murdered your friend, and I was cool with it.
Yeah,
also, she's throwing away her entire life as I guess the only coroner in New York City, because everybody seems to come to her.
Well, I guess isn't coroners and stuff like that the same as like police stations? So they have like a district or like an area. So maybe that was just like in her area.
I would guess, a city of 10 million. I don't know what it is, but
I don't know. There's a bunch of people there.
Yeah, there's gonna be more than one Lucy Liu looking after everybody.
I'm gonna say this: there's at least 12 people in New York.
Yes, done.
That is not incorrect.
If there's only 12, then I get her being the one corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's obviously good at her job, and I honestly think this movie is the reason why she got to play Joan Watson on Elementary.
Oh,
sorry, the last couple episodes, because I've been watching it for
no
reason in particular. I really enjoy the show, by the way. The friendship between like Sherlock and her on the show is fascinating, and it's so well written and it's so well done. Went from like animosity to like legitimate friendship and caring and all that kind of stuff. And there's never a will they, won't they kind of thing. And they never ruin it being like, oh, there was an accident and we're not going to talk about it anymore. No, there's never that kind of thing in there, which I love about it.
They're just friends.
They're just friends. And it's very clear they're just friends without being like, we're just friends. Don't ask us what we're doing. Like, it's not, that kind of thing. It's just, they're clearly friends.
Yeah.
But her character in this movie, Lindsay, is like Joan Watson is like an ex surgeon in the show, and in this she's a coroner, and she does the same thing here as she does in that show. And I think legitimately this is why she got that show.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I was shocked how many episodes there were of it. I looked it up when I was watching. Like, I'm like, oh, what's she been up to? It was like 150 something episodes. I
think the show was on until 2017. 2018 or something.
Was it like 20 episodes a season? Like, holy crap.
It would be something like that. They still do that even in our streaming culture, where everything's like 10 episodes a season, and then you have to wait like 4 years for the next season, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, I hate that there's a set amount of like, I know you have to do it for budgets and stuff, but it just leads to filler. If there's no commercials, why does it have to be exactly 10 hours long? Or why does it just write a good show and then, see how many it becomes?
Well,
I don't know. Like, especially Netflix. There's so much filler in a lot of their shows.
I get it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I find there's a lot of filler in their shows. I think now, like with Netflix, if you try to do like the old way, that's like 20, 25 episodes a season. Yes, that would fail horribly. But I actually think they do a good job with keeping each episode interesting and exciting, and new things happen, and there's some sort of development in every episode.
Okay.
From the shows I've watched, at least.
Yeah, I've definitely watched some, and I can't think of an example right now. I wish I could, but I know I'm like, oh, come on. The Marvel, when Netflix was making the Marvel shows, those ones had so much filler in them.
I don't know. The only one I managed to watch was Daredevil. Everything else just drove me nuts. I couldn't watch any of them.
I watched Luke Cage, and I watched season 1 of Jessica Jones because David Tennant was in it.
Is there only one season of that?
I think there was 2.
I just found it all boring. Like, I just found them.
I love Jessica Jones. It was fun. But again, there was filler. There's all these B plots with her neighbors. I'm like, who cares? Let's get to the main story. Like, none of this matters. And then, shocking, they all ended up dead. I'm like, yeah, of course this way is going to end. Like,
well, that's why that's why they have to introduce them early on, so you understand her pain when they all end up dead.
Nobody cared.
But the thing is, if later on, all of a sudden she's like, I'm so sad my neighbors were dead, and you're just like, who the fuck are they? It's much more confusing.
They didn't even need the neighbors. I don't know.
I think
sorry. The neighbors are fine because it helped her storyline along, but I didn't care when it delved into their lives. I'm like, I don't care about this.
Well, maybe the problem is not really the neighbors. Maybe it's just how it was written.
Yeah, or it could just be me.
Yeah, I just found like all of the characters, like even the white guy who does karate. Like, what was his name?
He had his own show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched it. Everyone said it was terrible.
Yeah, no, I tried to watch like I got through Daredevil just fine. I thought it was all great. I loved all the characters. I was invested in the whole story.
Yep.
I didn't really like Elektra, like the chick who played Elektra.
Oh yeah, I remember us talking about it. I did like Elektra.
I didn't like her. I thought there was no chemistry there, and I just couldn't.
Yeah, probably not.
I just couldn't get into it.
She looked good in a black onesie.
You're like, and that's all I need.
That's all. Yeah, exactly.
And then she was in like G.I. Joe or something after that.
Oh, was she?
She was in the second G.I. Joe movie. Yeah,
I think I've seen it. I don't remember.
It's fine. It's definitely better than the first one, but good is a very.
That's not saying much. Yeah.
No.
I saw the movie in theaters. I was like, "What is this garbage?"
Oh, it was brutal.
And that Henry, not Henry, Henry Golding one that came out recently. I don't think I'm going to watch unless it's on my bad movie podcast.
I only heard very, very bad things about it, and I was just like, "Am I going to try this one?" And I was like, "No." I'm just not gonna. I gotta be really bored one day and nothing else is on. I'll be like, you know what? It's on TV. Let's do this.
Yeah, I don't want to watch his stunt double fighting like it. He's not an action guy. Like it's just gonna be a stunt double the whole time.
Well, what if he's turning into a stunt action guy? That happens.
I guess.
Maybe this is the role because like that's what people said about Matt Damon when he did Born. But like that's not an action dude. And then dude kicked ass. What are you talking about?
Yes, he did. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Who else can I think that was just like, I'm a good person and blah blah blah. Oh, Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came in and did Moon Knight recently,
which I really liked.
People are just like, yeah, he was in the other X-Men movie, but he didn't really do anything, and he was very
as Apocalypse,
serious.
he was like, there's nothing for him to do. He just would talk grandiose and like the cities around him are being destroyed. Like,
yeah. But everything before that was pretty like straightforward, serious dude with a couple of dance moves in here every once in a while. But yeah that totally counts.
And people said Liam Neeson couldn't be a great action star. And look at all the great movies he puts out.
What, like Taken 2, Taken 3,
Taken again,
Taken Back. I don't know.
No, it's like every month or so. I'm like, wait, there's a Liam Neeson movie in theaters. Like one just came out recently and flopped bad. Like
I know.
I don't know why they keep funding these.
I saw the ad for it and I was like, isn't that just a Taken movie? Like,
are these doing okay in streaming? Like, I don't get why they're being made.
They're making money somewhere. That's all that matters.
They must be.
You can see that with a lot of those Nick Cage movies. He puts out a movie a week.
Don't you talk bad about him.
What? Look, I'm going to show half his filmography is absolute garbage, and I will make fun of it. And the other half, you're just like, why is he so good? How is nobody talking about this? These are amazing. Yeah,
that's why I love his straight to streaming movies. I'll put one on, ready to like laugh my ass off at it. I'll take a gummy or something, and like, oh come on, Nick Cage, be crazy. And sometimes it delivers. Other times I'm like, fuck, this is really good. Like I thought Pig was going to be like John Wick, but he wants his pig back.
I totally want to watch that. I haven't watched that.
It is not. I don't know why people compare it to John Wick. It is absolutely nothing like it. It's a serious movie about a man who wants his truffle pig back, and it's really, really good.
But that's the thing. Like finding truffles and all that kind of stuff is big money. Like you can get good money for that.
Well, he's a broken man, and it's the only thing in the world he loves. Well, it's great.
Like, I think the problem is people are used to it being like a kid or like a dog or something cute. Whereas like they're like, oh, it's an ugly pig. Who cares? You're like, no, it's this man's friend. It is his life. Mm-hmm. He loves it. Let him love what he loves.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Yes. Again, something else that's already on my list that I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, I think it's on Crave.
Yeah, I've got I think I have 4 Nick Cage movies on my list right now. Because there's that weird horror one, which obviously goes to the bottom of the list as soon as it's a horror one.
Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I wish I could tell you what. Oh no, I can't. I can't say.
I heard he doesn't say words in the movie.
Did I tell you that?
Maybe you did. Actually.
I may have.
It's very possible.
He doesn't say a single word,
and that's okay.
He wanders into a Chuck E. Cheese fighting animatronic robots with teenagers and doesn't say a fucking word. Yeah. It's awesome.
And my thing is, how could I not want to watch that movie?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's great.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a few Nick Cage movies on my list right now to watch. Yeah. But again, it's adding to the list of 200 things already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you only have 200 things? My Netflix is probably 200, and my Amazon's 100.
No,
I can retire tomorrow, and I'd never be able to catch up.
No, my problem is I can't even wait to go on my Crave or whatever to be put things on my list. No, I have a physical list on my phone.
Oh,
scroll up and down and just type it down when people tell me something. And then when I'm frustrated and I don't want to watch, I go to the list and pick something and I watch something off of it.
Most of the streaming sites have a pretty good section where it's like what's coming out this week, or Crave is like every Friday I check. All right, there was 2. I added Top Gun today. I added I don't know, like they added some new movies because I'm seeing is it called Maverick or
the
new one? It looks awesome.
Top Gun Maverick. No, it doesn't.
I cannot wait to see it in IMAX.
Oh, it's gonna be so. Oh, and by the way, people have been wondering from the ads in the trailer. There's definitely a volleyball scene in this movie. So, okay,
I fucking hope. I hope he's playing with like the young recruits, and Val Kilmer just comes out of nowhere. Iceman, what are you doing here?
He can't talk. Is he? Wait, did he? Die?
Yeah. Have you seen The Snowman?
No, I have not seen The Snowman.
And that's like 5 years old now, probably.
Yeah,
but not looking good.
Did he get throat cancer and he can't talk anymore?
Yeah, had a chunk taken out. And
it's the same thing that happened to Ebert before he died, right?
Yep. Oh God, yeah, that was so sad.
That was.
It was just like a CNN documentary on him before he died, and I hated seeing him like that.
Yeah,
because I was always a big fan of Roger and Ebert. Mm-hmm. They always turned me to movies I would never normally watch, like Fargo at the time. I never would have watched Fargo in high school, and because of them, I did.
I don't know why I used to watch that show, but 90% of the time I did not agree with anything they said. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, because I liked, cheesy action flicks and stuff, and they hated those. Yeah. I have to admit, Ebert every once in a while would be like, you know what? It was fun. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Whereas like Roger would be like, no, this is stupid. Thumbs down.
No. Roger and Ebert are the same. Siskel.
Oh, Siskel.
Yeah, Gene Siskel, Roger Ebert.
Yeah. Why am I saying Roger Ebert? Oh my
I remember.
God.
I should remember.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
I cried when Gene Siskel died. It was so dumb. I was like, probably high school.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I like to watch them. And then Richard Roper came on the show.
Yeah, and then it wasn't as fun. Like I wasn't fun to talk to.
Yeah, but I agreed with him more on action movies, like or like silly, like just having a good time in theater, like popcorn movies.
Yeah, because they were like he was more on like a quote unquote regular audience viewer compared to like a critic. So he's like, no, I don't care how stupid it is. I had a good time watching it. Mm-hmm. Thumbs up. Yeah,
but I agree, the rapport wasn't the same at all.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, that's why it disappeared quickly.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking everything except Lucky Number Slevin.
Yeah. I did find the rabbi and the boss in this movie quite intimidating. Mm-hmm. But maybe it's just because they're really good actors and they know what they're doing. But Morgan Freeman and Ben Kingsley is the bad guys.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
And when Morgan Freeman tells him that his son is dead, mm-hmm. He's like, look at my eyes, look at my smile, tell me I'm lying. It's like, whoa, that's evil.
Yeah. But I mean, he did do it because he thought he killed his son, even like breaking their truce. Yeah. And you could tell at the end when Slevin actually tells them, he's like, no, I killed your son. You could see both of their faces be like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
And then like, who are you?
Yeah.
Love that.
And I love it too when the boss is just like, hey Nick. It's like, I told you already, I'm not Nick. And it's like, because he's in power position. So he finally listens. He's like, you're not? Who are you? Like, he's like, he told you like 8 times, I'm not Nick. I'm not Nick Fisher. What are you talking about? And he's like, but you owe me $96,000. I'm like, do I? I don't know about that. Yeah.
One thing I didn't like was some of the early 2000s homophobia. Didn't like calling his son the fairy, and there was like the odd joke here and there. It was like, like that didn't age.
I think that had to do with the fact that that they're gangsters and B, they're just assholes in general.
Well, okay.
I think that was like the point.
Do you remember the Guy Ritchie movie? Is it Rock and Rolla?
It's Rock and Rolla, yeah, where they call
him what's his? Is it Tom Hardy is gay?
They call him a poofter. The whole
poofter.
Movie. Yeah.
But there's a scene where they sit down and it's like, I was in prison for 5 years and he visited my mom every single day. Looked in on her. Mm-hmm. Like, sure, he's a poofter, but I love the man or something like. I mean, I'm paraphrasing there, but at least had a scene where it was like they humanized the character and like
but
they showed that they liked him and like respected him. Nobody in this movie seemed. I mean, I guess other than the father.
Well, but I think the thing about this movie is that nobody cares for each other. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, they're all assholes.
And that's why the Henry and Lindsay, like when they get together, you're like, oh, he does have a heart. He's just not a heartless killer.
He's the hitman with a heart of gold.
Right? But then you also find out the good cat is also the heart of gold because he saved him at the end and taught him the trade.
I bet he's gonna kill him later.
No, he's not gonna kill him.
We'll see.
I don't think he's gonna kill him. I think he's just taken off with his girl, and Good Cat understands him saving her. So he's like, I've done you a favor now. Yeah.
Also, you really had to trust that guy. He's gonna shoot you here and here. It can't be an off day. Like he's not. Like what if he misses slightly?
Well, like he said, he's like, I'm a world-class assassin.
Oh yeah. Wait. I wrote down the line. I'm a world-class assassin. Fuckhead. Like, how did you find me?
Well, but also there would have been something in the newspaper about the coroner getting murdered. There would have been something, right?
Like the first murder we see in the movie is committed at an airport. Like the busiest place.
No, the first murder you see is the guy getting shot in the parking lot. Yes.
The first murder Bruce Willis commits.
Yes.
Is in an airport. I was like, what?
Wait, no, technically that's also wrong.
What? Fine.
The guy getting shot in the parking lot. Later in the movie, you find out it was him, but it was his first murder.
Okay, you're right.
So second murder of the movie.
Fine, second murder of the movie he commits.
Well, no, second Bruce Willis murder of the movie.
Oy vey.
Yes.
I'm channeling the rabbi.
Well, because you see the two bookies get killed first, and one is killed by Good Cat.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There's so many murders before Nick gets killed. Yeah, you're right.
There's so many.
But I was like, at an airport, really? Like, you couldn't find a better spot to do this?
But it was empty at the time. It was fine.
What airport's empty?
It depends on the hour of the day.
Yeah.
Also, this was the early 2000s. Maybe they had less cameras or whatever.
Okay. Is this before 9/11?
No, it's after.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is. But I think it's before the first iPhone because she's using a flip phone in it, taking pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Cat's like, I have the same phone, so I know what you were doing. I was like,
of course. Oh, Lucy. Or sorry, oh, Lindsay.
I thought that was great, though.
Yeah. I also really liked Stanley Tucci. Like I always he's always good in everything. Mm-hmm. But and I forgot he was a bad guy until he said he had the same bookie. I was like, oh yeah, he's the one who killed his mom. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I've seen this movie way too many times because seeing one movie in a theater 20 years ago, I'm not gonna remember it that well.
But it depends on how good the movie is though, because there are definitely some movies I've seen once that have stayed with me. They're usually like, when I say bad movies, not like in bad in quality, but just like soul disturbing bad, like Requiem for a Dream, that kind of thing, where I'm like, I don't need to see this again, but every once in a while I get like the images in my head and I'm just like, and that is not needed. And I saw this how many years ago? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll remember the is it Marlon Wayans getting his arm cut off and
because he got infected and
the scissoring scene at the end of the movie. Like, I remember
why is that the scene you bring up anytime anybody mentions this?
How can you not?
No,
don't do drugs.
My thing is always the grandma who's really high on speed and she's having like hallucinations and like every orifice in her face is like leaking something and you're just like, oh, it's so disgusting. And
that's Darren Aronofsky, right?
Yes, it is done by Darren.
Yeah, okay. That I've only seen once.
Wait, is that? What? Why am I? No, yes, it is. Yes,
I think it is.
Yeah, because he did Pie before that. And he did the tree, not the tree.
The Tree of Life? No, not Tree of Life. Tree of Life is Terrence something or something.
Oh, it's just some. What's the other one?
Tree of Life made absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch it, so it wasn't even that I didn't want to watch it. It just looked really boring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know like a lot of artsy movies, you know, it's all about atmosphere and feel and stuff. And I'm just like, for fuck's sake, hurry up and say something. Like,
yeah. Like, and a lot of movies I'll finish it. Like I definitely fast forwarded through a lot of it. And then sometimes on YouTube, I'll be all right, explain this movie to me. Mm-hmm. Or even if I like the movie, I'm like, I want to make sure I got this right.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I just don't care. This movie.
It's The Fountain, by the way.
The Fountain. That's it. Yeah. No, it's about the tree. Not the Tree of Life. It's about the Fountain of Youth, and I think it's a tree.
Yeah, and there's a conquistador somewhere and something. Yeah.
Yeah, something to do with time travel in it.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, because he did Pi, then Requiem, then The Fountain. I've never seen The Wrestler. Loved Black Swan.
Wrestler was good.
He did Noah. Oh my God.
What's Noah?
It's the Noah's Ark movie, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, the Russell Crowe Noah Ark movie.
Oh,
yeah.
that one. Yeah. Isn't like Nicole Kidman in it or something? Or
it's
Noah's wife is someone famous.
It's the other one from Requiem for a Dream. Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
And Emma Watson's in that one too. I tried to watch Mother, and it was so boring.
I'm glad I watched. So I made a couple friends watch that for Bad Movie Day,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to apologize to them after. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Why?
That like it's. I know the house is Earth, and I think Harvey Bardem is God, and she's Mother Earth, and some of the people who come into the house are like different parts of Earth, or like the ocean, or it was just such a muddled metaphor, and
Mm-hmm.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, I can't really critique it because I think I got maybe 20 minutes in and I turned it off. I was just so bored.
Yeah,
I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't care about what was going on.
Yeah,
and I was just like, if you get me to a point where my brain just like tunes you out completely and there's no point me sitting in front of you, I'm just going to turn it off, and that's what happened. Yeah. So like I can't properly critique it, but all I can say is the first 20 minutes of that movie was boring as shit, and I stopped watching.
There's a scene near the end of the movie where the house is going to hell. People like SWAT teams are coming in. Some of the like I can't remember what the SWAT teams are. Like, is that climate change? Is it like everything has a meaning? And anyways, but there's a baby everyone's fighting over, and the baby gets ripped apart and then it explodes, and then everyone in the room blows up. It's just like crazy bonkers, and I just thought it was stupid. Yeah,
that sounds stupid.
It was really stupid.
All right,
but it wasn't stupid. Lucky number Slevin.
Lucky number Slevin. Yes. I did find out though the director of this movie, whose name is.
I looked him up, and I didn't really like his other work that much, unless I missed something.
What?
Yeah,
McGuigan. His other very underrated movie. It's true. Most of his work was. There was a lot of TV.
It was like Victor Frankenstein. That
I'm sorry. That movie is very underrated. I love that movie.
Wait, was that the movie you were going to say?
Yes.
God, that movie's awful.
What are you talking about?
I watched it from one of my bad movie podcasts, and I was like, "What is happening?"
I do not know why, but I remember the first time I watched that movie, I'm just like, "What are people talking about? This is great."
Yeah,
and I still love it. Especially, the scene that really gets me.
Yeah.
It's when Victor he first brings quote unquote Igor home, and he like gets the pus out of the hump in his back and gets some in his mouth, and I just like it's so disgusting, but it's so well done on the screen that you're just like, this is
the things you do for friends.
But they're not even friends though. He's like, I just met you. Thanks.
Tracey, I would empty your pussy back hump.
What?
If you ever needed help with that.
I really hope not. And also I would go to a real doctor.
I'll do it for $50.
We live in a country where going to a doctor to do that is free.
If we live in America and we don't have jobs or health insurance, I will do it for you.
Okay, thank you. Then that is acceptable. That's
a friend I am.
Well done. But yes, I don't know why I like Victor Frankenstein. I think the chemistry between Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy.
Yeah,
is great. They're really good against each other. It works really well.
All right.
I like the costume design. I like the monster in the end.
I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, he's only in it for like 4 or 5 minutes and then goes on a rampage. That's what Frankenstein monster does. There's also like a part where he brings like a monkey to life, like a dead corpse of a monkey. It's great.
Yeah. I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
Wait, am I thinking of I, Frankenstein?
You were thinking of I, Frankenstein, because that is a pile of garbage.
Maybe I haven't seen Victor Frankenstein.
Oh my God, you really should watch Victor Frankenstein. Because I, Frankenstein is the one that takes place in modern day, and it's like
it's with the guy from Thank You for Not Smoking.
Two-Face. Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart plays
Frankenstein's
monster. Yeah, that is a bad movie.
Okay. All right. I'll give Victor Frankenstein
You
a
should
chance.
watch Victor Frankenstein.
If I start remembering things, I'm turning it off though.
Okay. I thoroughly enjoy Victor Frankenstein. I like it.
Yeah. Did you notice any Star Trek actors in Slevin?
Good question.
I did not. I really racked my brain.
I don't think I did.
I stumbled onto one for the next movie by accident, just because I was looking at the actor.
Hold on. I'm looking at the actor list right now, and I remember what it was. It wasn't Die Hard. It was Danny Aiello, who played Roth, the bookie, was also with Bruce Willis in Hudson Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Didn't Aiello used to be in a lot of things?
He did. He was in,
Yeah.
Anything where they needed like an Italian guy, he was in it.
Yeah, good actor. Usually underused.
Yes.
Yeah. Like he's in this movie he's like Robert Forster. He's like, I don't know, 2
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes tops.
And that's it.
Yeah. But did you see that when you first saw it, did you see the twist coming? I can't remember if I did or not.
I don't think I saw the twist coming.
Yeah, I don't
when
either.
I first saw it.
Yeah, I remembered it immediately the second they started telling the story. I'm like, oh yeah, the little kid, Josh Hartnett, the hitman's Bruce Willis. I remembered all that.
Well, I know one thing I do know about, like, I did pick up in this movie, because I guess at the beginning, you're not paying attention to certain details. So like when Bruce Willis is telling a story to Nick and he's talking about how they're going into and they show like the guy with the shotgun and the guy with the tape, and like they show like Morgan Freeman's like ring on his finger.
Oh.
But then when you meet Morgan Freeman and he's there, and they like the angles are focused on his ring pretty regularly. Yep. But if you don't know to look for it, you would never pick up on that until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But stuff like they did. But also there's a part when you first meet the rabbi, when he's like, oh, you didn't frisk me, and the rabbi pulls out the shotgun. He's holding it the exact same way as in that. But if you're not looking for it. They showed that in the flashback later in the movie. I was like, okay, yeah. But I didn't catch it the first time. Yeah. So so when I watch it now, I'm just like, oh, they do have like, besides the flashback, there are other clues indicating that was the same guy, but there is absolutely no indication that kid is Henry.
Yeah. You just remember, you just made me think of a line where it's after he's killed all his goons and he's in the rabbi's building, and he's like, oh, the phone's ringing. We can't answer on the Sabbath. And Josh Hartnett's like, I know. I love that.
Well, because he picks that day so he can't use his gun, right?
Exactly. Oh, it's great.
It's so good. Yeah.
Like this is an underrated movie.
Yeah, because there's so many like little details they throw in throughout the movie to indicate like the days of the week, the order of stuff happening, like who's where and when, and all that kind of stuff. And you're just like, what? This is very cool. Yeah, you do, like, it's definitely one of those movies, not just for the twist at the end, but to pick up on all of the extra stuff in it. It's good to watch at least twice.
Yeah,
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing me a movie I haven't thought about in 20 years.
And now it's on like closer to the top of your list of like awesomeness.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Oh, I got a complaint about IMDb and Netflix.
Ooh, what is the complaint?
So if you've never seen Lucky Number Slevin before, when you start the movie, it's Josh Hartnett holding a silenced pistol. So it's a scene where he kills the rabbi's son. Same on IMDb. When you go to it, it shows him holding the pistol like a hitman. Yeah. If you don't know the twist, that would
ruin that movie.
I think that would ruin it for me, because it's not just like he's not the dope who's being bamboozled by his friend Nick.
Yeah.
You know, that would immediately in my head be like, okay, he's some kind of contract killer or something. Or so that annoyed me a little bit.
Well, because even in so on the DVD, they had like a trailer and a making of thing or whatever. And the making of was cute and everything, but they don't say anything interesting in it. Like they really don't. They're just like, it was fun. Josh Hartnett's like, everybody here is really cool. I like working with all these people. Yay.
Oh, that's all bullshit.
And then Bruce Willis is just like, yeah, Morgan Freeman was fun. And then Morgan Freeman was just like, Ben Kingsley is great. And wow, you really do think that Bruce Willis can kill people. And you're like, this is not helping me at all. But then I watched like the trailer for the movie. And first of all, I don't think this movie made any money when it came out, to be honest. Like
They got my $10 or whatever it cost back then.
They definitely got mine. I really don't think it made that much money. It cost $27 million to make and grossed only $22 million domestically. And then it was 56 worldwide. So it was kind of okay, but not particularly great.
No, I mean, they probably didn't even get back their marketing budget.
No, well, exactly, right? But then, I watched the trailer for the movie, and the trailer is bad advertising. Like, it doesn't come across anything like what the movie is. Like, it actually comes across kind of stupid in the trailer, and it doesn't give you much to go on or whatever. Like yes, I bitch about trailers that give away the whole story.
I've actually stopped watching trailers. I used to love watching trailers, but
no, I don't like watching trailers. I mean,
they give it like
the whole story.
You can't help it in a movie theater, but if I can avoid it at home, like not at home, I mean, but like I used to just watch like movie trailers, like, oh, this is what's coming up for the next 6 months, and I stopped doing that because I like when I go into a movie not knowing certain things, or like there'll be a scene with a character, and oh wait, the character's still alive in this, like, or like. The character's not going to die because you haven't seen that scene yet, or
stuff like that,
or like things, little things like that.
Yeah, so. No, I absolutely agree. I think the art of trailer making hit its peak 10 years ago, and now it's either everything or they give you absolutely nothing. So you're just like, I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to watch it, or I figured out this whole thing, so I'm not going to watch it. Like, there's nothing really enticing about watching them.
This is why I like film festivals, because I'll just go into a movie blind, or like for the horror festival, I like have Alex, like frequent guest Alex. I'll have her just buy my tickets and not even tell me what the movie is. Yeah, I love that.
And just like walk in and be like,
I'm like, oh, this is a werewolf movie. Oh, this is gonna be a ghost movie. Oh, this is a home invasion movie. Cool. Like, I don't know until certain clues.
Yeah, no, I tend to watch like if there's movies I know I'm gonna watch no matter what, then I'm not going to watch any trailers. Like there's, but you're going to, I mean, we go to the movies all the time. You're going to see them. You're going to see them. Exactly.
You can't help it.
But like, there are certain movies where, like, I'm not sure what this is. This seems like something new. I'll watch like the teaser trailer on average, or like whatever the first thing they put out is. I'd watch that because that usually has the least amount of spoilers and the shortest with, whatever. So that I have like a feel about it. Yep. And then I'll decide to watch it. But then if I decide I'm going to watch it, I'm not watching anything else about it. I'm not reading. People are just like, oh, I read these 35 articles about what the story is going to be. And I'm like, didn't you just ruin the whole movie for yourself? Like, what is the point?
I used to be like that, like probably in high school or in my 20s. I read a lot about movies before I watched them, and I don't know why.
No, I do all of that stuff after.
Yeah.
Like I watch the movie and then I watch I read like an article about what they think the movie's going to be. And like, well, you got all that wrong. And then, the review of the article, or like some random dude, talking about the MCU, and you're just like, you're a fucking moron. Like it's, because even if there's movies that I think are going to be horrible, but I know I want to argue about it, I go and watch it just so I can properly argue about it. It's so bad. It's so bad.
We like to talk about movies. It's a big part of who we are. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't only watch the good stuff.
Yeah, but this is my fault, right? When I bitch and moan about the shitty Wonder Woman movie, or like the shitty Batman
2
movie.
Was so bad.
But then I knew it was going to be bad. I saw that first teaser. I'm like, this is going to be garbage. I watched the first one about it, and I still paid to watch it just so I can bitch and moan. I told you it was going to be bad. And
I was so excited because Pedro Pascal was in it. And I was like, yes. And
he's so underused in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wasted that great man's talent.
He's so good. He is so good. And the thing is, I don't even think his character was bad. I just think how they used him, and his lack of use, and how the few times they actually used him was bad. So then it was useless.
That movie has Kristen Wiig and I always forget her name, but she's in Insecure. She's like the funniest human being on the planet. She's one of the friends of the main characters in Insecure.
Wait, Issa Rae? Oh,
No. She's one of the side characters. So there's the four friends. There's the one who's pregnant and married.
Yeah.
I think she's an actuary. And whenever they go out and party, she's always picking up guys.
Like the.
She's so incredibly funny.
So it's
not Molly or
not
Lisa.
The married one, not the lawyer, the other one.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I think she's one of the funniest human beings.
She's very funny.
Everything she says is hilarious. And then they put her in Wonder Woman 2, and she's I think her boss at the museum.
Yeah, they used her for like 3 seconds, and
I'm like, why even? I hope she got a good payday. But
her name is Natasha Rothwell.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, she plays Kelly, and she's.
I'm like, you have two of the funniest people in the world, and like they don't have any jokes. They're just completely wasted.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can't do dramatic or serious stuff, but like give them something.
Yeah. No, like it's just they have no funny lines. Like even if like Kristen Wiig's character is not technically supposed to be funny, she's supposed to be tragically funny at the beginning, but then she's supposed to be serious because she's cool. Yeah. She is neither in this movie.
Yeah.
She turns into a
cat, doesn't
cougar.
She? Yeah. Oh yeah, cougar. Yeah, you're right.
Well, she's supposed to be a cheetah, I think.
When
which
Wonder
is
Woman
not an apex predator, which makes me so fucking angry every time.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I was just like,
nerd.
You're doing it wrong.
When Wonder Woman first meets her, they have drinks or something at a restaurant. And then it cuts to like near the end of the night, and it's like Wonder Woman going, ha, ha, "You're so funny and interesting." I'm like, "But show us some of that."
Yes, that is necessary.
They showed absolutely nothing.
No,
just them a little bit drunker, and Wonder Woman likes her now. Anyways, what a misfire that movie was.
Unlike Lucky Number 7, which I think was fired perfectly.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, even just talking about it with you, I'm like, I really like this movie, even more than when I came into it.
I know, like I know this movie is essentially a revenge flick, and a whole lot of people die in this movie. Like a lot of people die in this movie.
I think everyone dies,
except for three.
Three people survive.
Everybody else die. But yeah, no, I felt good at the end, like when the Kansas City Shuffle, like the song comes on, turn on the radio, call me Mr. Good Cat. I was just like, oh, this is great. I like.
Do you know if that's a real song? I didn't look it up.
That was a thing I was supposed to look up.
I'm guessing it is.
It
didn't seem like a made up song for a movie. Like you can usually tell.
Sometimes they're very good at doing that, and it's possible it could be for this song because everybody throughout the song, they don't say it just one time, but I think they say it 3 times, asking about the Kansas City Shuffle. Yeah, and then nobody's just like
no one's ever heard of it.
Nobody's heard of it.
Mr. Good Cat just goes on to Urban Dictionary and just keeps putting that in.
Exactly.
He's trying to keep it alive.
Let's see, Kansas. It's done. It is written by a guy named Jay Ralph, and it's performed by the Rumor Mill.
There we go.
And Kansas City Shuffle. It's a type of con.
Oh.
No, it was released in 2006. It's for this movie.
Yep. So Mr. Good Cat made it up.
There's also hold on. Because there's also the Benny Moten Kansas City Orchestra did Kansas City Shuffle.
Okay.
In 1991. Sorry, in an album in 19. I don't know. What
I should have done is like waited to the credits and like waited or fast forwarded to the music part to see if it's a real.
But the one in the movie is
legit.
This one. It's performed by a band called the Rumor Mill.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's original or not. I don't think so. This like old-timey song could not be the same song, but I have no idea.
Okay.
Because it seems to be a jazz stanza, so like a big band thing. Because the one in the movie has like a rap in it. So I don't think that counts.
Did it really?
That was supposed to be it was supposed to be the 70s. I was like, I don't know if this is right, but
yeah, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
And would they play rap on the radio in the 70s, like, or whatever rap was
didn't
then?
really exist in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have songs that was like talking, but no, it would never be considered like a rap song. No.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd consider that song, like now I'm playing it in my head. I don't know if you'd consider that a rap song.
Yeah, like I don't. When I listen to it, like I don't remember it that well. I don't remember thinking rap.
I think we have a very specific thought about how rap is, but if you think of like rap in the 80s, it kind of has that same flow to it compared to rap now or even in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm MC Archer, and I'm here to say I'm the funkiest DJ in the USA. Wicca, wicca, wicca.
Okay, that's that staying in for sure.
No, cut it, please.
No. So your album's coming out when? Next year?
Yeah. Oh yes, okay. Yes. So that's why I'm here to promote it.
Yeah, you're here to promote it.
I've got a 30-city tour coming up. You know, it's just not.
You're gonna hear more tunes like that, guys. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's gonna blow up.
Every song starts the same way.
Yeah, you're gonna be jealous because I got in on the ground floor with this emerging artist, and woo, the good stuff. It's the good stuff.
Yep, I'm gonna blow up big time.
I'm embarrassed for you. Just saying.
Do you know what? What's that theater in Harlem where they got the big cane and they pull the people off the stage? Every time I start,
what is that? The Apollo?
Yeah. The Apollo. Yeah.
And you said 3 words and you're done.
Bye.
So also one thing looking at the soundtrack of this movie does not have a lot of music in it.
No.
And actually while watching the movie, like I realized that, but at the same time, it wasn't one of those things where it deterred for the movie either. Because I find sometimes movies that are like very quiet, I find the ambient noise distracting. But I think they also turned down the ambient noise in this and only specific sounds to move things forward were there, if you know what I mean. But I also think maybe that has to do with the fact that they were talking all of the time, that it was just hard to notice that there wasn't something going on.
And thankfully, like I hate this new trend where it's like it's mostly newish movies. They just put music in for the sake of it. Cruella did this. Like, when's Cruella set? The 80s?
I didn't watch Cruella.
80s or not, I can't remember when it's set, but it's just like, oh, let's just find some songs from this era and throw it in the scene, and it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think what they're doing, they're catching on nostalgia, right? Like,
and it just doesn't fit with the scene, so it takes me out of it. Like Atomic Blonde did it perfectly.
Oh my god!
Yes, that's a perfect example of how to do it right. And then Cruella is the total opposite end, where it's just like throwing. Like, I don't know. I watched a horror movie the other night from a couple of years. I can't think of the name of it, but it did the same thing. Oh no, sorry, no, it was a Netflix 3 horror movies that are all connected. Fear Street.
Okay.
No, is that what it's called? Anyways, really good. But because they're set in different eras, they just throw in the music from that time. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I was like, But other than that, man, it was amazing. For horror fans, I keep telling them to watch this.
Yeah, I think like right now, when it comes to music, there's this whole like nostalgia thing that's still going on. And I mean, that has to do with like all of the remakes and the sequels and stuff that keep coming out, and it goes into like the same kind of category. And even if it's something new, people are so obsessed with like hooking people with this nostalgia that like they just throw in this like, you're like, you know what gets people in parties? Sweet Child of Mine. We're gonna throw that in there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like the Thor Love and Thunder like trailer, but no, we don't need that song in it.
Oh no, I disagree. I think it's perfect for that trailer. I think that is a perfect trailer.
Maybe my problem is I just hate that song. Like,
I love that. I remember playing Guitar Hero. I don't know if it's 1, 2, or 3, but one of them.
You know, every time
that's such a fun song to play.
Somebody sings it, and I hate that song. But the problem is, I've heard it so often now that I know all of the words, and it makes me even angrier. And I'm just like, yeah, we get it. It's a sweet child of yours. Go home. Just go home. It's all very frustrating.
Yeah. Speaking of reboots and nostalgia, have you watched Chippendales yet?
Again, on my list.
Everything I keep reading or hearing about it is that it's amazing.
Yes, it's a
done
movie
by the Lonely Island guys.
Watch. I have a lot of movies
planned this weekend, but I think I might try and fit that in.
apparently it's just filled with just all of that nostalgia, 1980s weirdness.
But they're also making fun of reboot culture and making comments on it, apparently. And so I got to watch it before I keep hearing more things about it.
Well, the funny thing is I didn't even know it was coming out. And then week before it came out, I saw an ad and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I haven't even seen a trailer
before. I was so confused.
Yeah. Like Lonely Island, what are they doing in this?
I didn't even see that part. It was like a 3-second thing, this weekend, Chip and Dale. And I was like, wait, what? And then it wasn't a TV show. At first I thought it was like a TV show. I was like, oh my God. And then no, it was a movie. And then there's this whole thing about old animation upgraded to new animation. I was like, what is happening here? This I have to watch. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And I thought it was going to theaters. I didn't realize it was straight to Disney Plus. I mean, it makes sense. So I don't think this would have made a lot of money in theaters, but maybe with word of mouth if they kept it in long enough. Yeah.
No, I think I would definitely have gotten around to watching it in theaters. But my problem right now is I don't see anything, unlike my old habits, because I used to love seeing everything opening weekend in a packed theater and everybody's all excited. I don't want to be in a packed theater. I can't do it.
Oh, really?
I still can't do it yet.
When we saw the Nick Cage movie where he's playing himself, I was a little disappointed how empty the theater. We saw it on Sunday afternoon, so I expected that. But
and that's why I went with you guys.
I wish there was more. I wish there was more people there laughing, and I especially for.
I don't want a whole bunch of people in a room together.
I don't want packed, but I want at least 50%.
That's still too much.
When I saw The Northman, it was me and my 3 buddies, and then a couple guys in front of us, and some dudes behind us going, yeah! Like every time there was an awesome kill, or Sarsgaard just being fucking cool, or what's your name? Anna Taylor-Joy says something cool, like we were feeding off each other's energy, which I enjoyed. Like,
yeah, don't get me wrong, I miss that. That's what I used to love about it. But no, my anxiety about getting sick again and stuff won't let me do it. Like, I just don't. I'm not in the mood to be sick. I don't want to get trapped in a place with like 200 people, no matter how much fun we're having. And like, especially if we're participating, like, like laughing and like all that kind of stuff, that's more shit in the air. I'm not in for it. No, I'm
so lucky I haven't gotten COVID somehow. Or if I have, it didn't affect me.
You probably did get COVID.
Oh, I must have.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I only saw Multiverse of Madness last weekend because and the amount of spoilers I had to keep trying to skip, and the amount of spoilers that did hit me, it was just
I think I know one spoiler because people at work were talking about it. They're trying to be cryptic, but I kind of figured out what they were. I figured out what they were talking about. So
well, I mean, if you've watched the movies before it, you can't be that cryptic about it. You're gonna be able to piece things together. It's not going to be that hard.
So I'm seeing that probably in a week or two.
Yeah, there was one surprise. It was a surprise that it didn't happen in the movie for me. But everything else, half of the stuff was spoiled for me, I realized.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck.
That sucks.
I know.
Well, even like with Spider-Man, like I saw it, I don't know, 2 months after it came out.
Yeah, that was for me too.
And I knew it's just because we're busy and there was lockdown in Ontario. So the only thing that really surprised me was Daredevil being in it. Me and some other person in the audience were like, like this is a spoiler that really got me. So sorry, that was the biggest surprise.
That one and Aunt May got me, but everything else was fine.
I'm sorry, yes, yeah. Aunt May. I mean, it really shouldn't have. There has to be tragedy in Peter Parker's life.
Yes,
we should have seen this coming, but and they did it so well.
Because I was watching, trying to figure out like where's the tragedy going to happen, and then it happened. I was like,
yeah, and I was like, no, not hot Aunt May, no, take someone else. Actually, I wouldn't want to die either. Kill's best friend.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know, but I don't want Zendaya or Aunt May dead.
They gotta stay.
Yeah, it's gotta be one of the 3.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the movies are being spoiled for me, which I'm not happy about. But I am not sick, so that also.
I don't know if you're at Twitter or if you go online or like on social media, but like I was saying earlier, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, just watch it after we're done with this. But
yes.
apparently there's something. I don't know what it is.
Even this morning, I woke up this morning, it was 9:30 and I'm getting myself ready and stuff to just sit in my laptop. You gotta empty your brain a little bit before you do work stuff, scrolling through things and Obi-Wan this, Obi-Wan that, and close. I was I can't do this. Come on, guys.
I had to go to the bank today for work, and I was wearing my Star Wars shirt that I'm wearing, and the guy's like, "Oh, have you watched Obi-Wan Kenobi yet?" And I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Oh my god, you have to go home immediately and watch it." I'm like, "Okay."
You're like, "It's been out for 2 hours.
Yeah. He said he got up early at 6 a.m. to watch both episodes. I was like, "You're my new nerd. You're my new bank nerd."
Oh, I definitely like sleep more than I like watching movies.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
I think for one of the Mandalorians I watched, I just couldn't sleep, and it was 2 a.m. I was like, screw it, I'll put it on.
Oh yeah, no,
and it was actually the best one. It was the one with Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, the first of the 2 episodes.
Yeah. No,
I hope they go back to that space station. That was so cool.
I liked it.
Yeah. All I want for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sorry, we're not talking about the movie, but I just want Obi-Wan off Tatooine. No more stuff on Tatooine. Something different, please.
But he kind of has to be on Tatooine.
Well, we know he ends up.
Thing.
We know he at the end of the prequels. He's there, and he's going to be there for Luke. But that's 15 years from now, I think, where it's set, or 20 years. So I hope he does some adventure in between. That's what I'm hoping this.
Oh, I think that's what this whole thing's about, isn't it?
It better be. I don't want no more Tatooine. Just something different, please.
Look, all I'm saying is you can be on Tatooine. There's lots of stories to tell on Tatooine. I don't think it's a big deal.
I just want some different scenery.
Do you want to hang out on Hoth?
No, new planet, or hell, yeah, we haven't seen Hoth in a while. Go to Endor. Let's go play with the Ewoks. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Just something different.
Ooh, we can go to Alderaan. It's still there in that time period, so that's fine.
Yeah. Let's meet Leia's family.
Maybe he'll find love in Alderaan places.
Oh, well, he finds love in the prequels. No, I'm sorry, not the prequels. The cartoons.
The cartoon, yeah.
He falls in love with the Queen of Mandalore.
I just made a joke. Okay, you need to relax.
Oh, sorry. I was being that nerd. Sorry, that fan.
You're being that guy. Oh, yeah. So disgusting. Yeah.
If you remember in Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff, when she plays a Mandalorian, that's the Queen's sister.
Oh, okay.
So I think Mandalorian's going to lead to them fighting over who's the leader of Mandalore. That's where I think that's going.
Well, they did put out a picture for the next Mandalorian thing, and it's her.
Nice.
It's him in the room with her on the throne or whatever it is.
So. Well, she definitely wants the Darksaber. So that was because Darth Maul starts. The cartoons go in crazy directions. This is going to sound crazy, but it's actually really entertaining.
Yeah. Oh no!
They did Darth Maul so well in the cartoons.
I kind of. My problem with the cartoon was that the first season and a half, I tried and I couldn't do it.
There's so much.
And then later on, I watched a couple episodes and I really liked it, but I was lost because I didn't see all the stuff before it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I'm just like, am I going to go back 4 seasons and watch all of this to catch up to here? Or am I just going to leave it? And I just left it.
I watched it all, and some of it I was very bored by. They're 20 episode seasons, maybe longer.
Yeah, there's 6 seasons?
Yeah, my rule was Jar Jar Binks is starring in it, skip it. I mean, if you watch it now, I didn't, and I should have. I need to skip
cheating.
1 or 2.
That's cheating.
They're completely pointless episodes. Some of the Padme episodes don't need to be there. It's her investigating stuff, and I don't know. Maybe you can keep that in. Anything with Ahsoka, you got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
What else was there? I don't know. There were some other rules, but there's a website that has every episode, and it tells you if you should watch it or not.
Okay, maybe I could do that.
Yeah, it would save you a lot of time. And there's some I think it's season 3. The first 4 or 5 episodes are this underwater war in this ocean planet. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cheap and not cheap. I thought it was kind of cheesy. You could skip all that. None of that helps the overall story.
Well, isn't the whole point of it to just show the different parts of the war going on and not just focus on
you don't need
storyline?
I don't need to watch I don't know how many times I can watch droids being blown up and there's so little sense of danger in some of the episodes with the Jedi. Sometimes it would definitely shock me where they would build up a Jedi over a couple episodes and then kill it off. I was like, okay, that was done well. Didn't expect that. but yeah, like Ahsoka is one of the best Star Wars characters ever, and all her episodes are you should definitely watch.
Okay.
Or I mean, I guess most of them.
All right. Well, maybe I'll put that back on my list. See, now you're adding to my list again.
I know. I would before the Rosario Dawson show starts, maybe just to learn some stuff about her.
I mean, I think I've read quite a bit about her character. It's not like I don't know about the character.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't know like the minutia because I didn't watch like the show or anything.
Even if you want to skip Clone Wars, watch Rebels. That is the best cartoon I think of Star Wars. Freddie Prinze Jr. is a Jedi, and he meets a young Jedi called Ezra. And yeah, Ahsoka shows up a little bit in that when she's older, and there's some really cool stuff there. I think it's like 3 seasons.
The new one ish.
I don't know.
And he's supposed to be a fighter pilot on like a thing.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, I haven't watched this one at all. No,
I thought it was gonna be a little kiddish, and someone at work convinced me to watch it, and it's the best of the cartoon. There's no filler or almost none. It's just entertaining. It's very Star Warsy.
Oh, I think it's Resistance I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Resistance is a little kid.
I didn't like that at all.
I was told to steer clear of that.
But the Star Wars, Clone Wars, like interstitials.
Yep.
That was done by Jendi.
Mm-hmm.
That is just art.
Yeah. Fox Fox convinced me to watch that, and I was like, not disappointed.
First of all,
you as well.
I did,
but she was definitely she kept bugging me about it, and I was like, fine, I'll watch it. Like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Damn right.
The Mace Windu fight.
It's
so good.
My favorite part in that scene is how he like Mace Windu jumps out of there to like the little kid, has a little bit of water. He's like, see you, like doesn't say a word, but like points at him like see you later and just like jumps back. I was like,
so cool.
You're doing it. So ridiculous. But yes. Anyway. Don't get us wrong. We love Lucky Number Slevin. It's a great movie and everybody should watch it. That's all we're saying.
Agreed. I really enjoy it.
I don't have a lot of notes for the movie. One thing, the Charlie Chaplin story that he says in there is true.
He entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and got third?
Yes.
Is that what it was? Okay.
That's true. True story. Yes. I was supposed to look up the Shmoo comic strip. But
I had no idea what they were talking about.
I know that is a thing.
That was probably the only reference I think I didn't really catch or know what it was.
That's a thing from like the 1940s, I want to say. 1948. Yeah.
Okay.
So like this is even before like it's way before like our time even. So like it's a deep cut. But Hanna-Barbera did a cartoon on it. I'm sorry. I don't know this in the top of my head. I am actually Googling this right now. Don't get me wrong. But they did have a cartoon, Hanna-Barbera, 1979 to 1980. So it was one. Is that considered one season? I don't know.
No.
But yeah. But that's it. Yeah. But no, I don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of creepy that they die of ecstasy when they're being to be eaten. Like I just think that's creepy.
Wait, that's in the Shmoo comic?
The Shmoo. Well,
Shmoo?
no, that's what the boss was saying when he's like, have you heard of the Shmoo? And he's like, they want to be eaten and stuff. And I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, it makes sense the rabbi would know it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That makes sense.
I guess, would that be kosher to him to eat the Shmoo?
I do not know.
I have no idea.
I don't totally understand the rules.
Oh, and my other comment was this was so there was really good chemistry between Josh Hartnett and Lucy Liu.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They were so good together.
So good.
So good. And like you kind of believe their Toy Story and you believe their chatter and you believe their back and forth really well.
Yeah.
And it's like it made me nauseous how cute parts of it was. And I was just like, ugh, God. But also swooned at it at the same time. I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, I love when she just poke her head into the apartment and like yes, more Lucy Liu. Like they're so good together.
They really.
All right,
good.
We need to find a lucky number Slevin too.
Exactly. But one thing I did realize about it is that this was one of the few times where they cast people where the woman is substantially older than the guy.
Oh,
she's 10 years older than him.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't tell visually. You can't tell at all. They look about the same age.
And Asian always looks younger.
But yeah, I was kind of shocked. I also didn't think she would be that much older. I was thinking maybe like I knew she was older. And so I was thinking like 2, maybe 3 years, but it's like a full 10 years different. I was like, yeah, that was interesting.
One thing I did notice was she is the only woman in the movie. Like that's a main character.
I don't even remember seeing another woman.
There's his ex-girlfriend. So there's a nudity scene.
Oh, in that 3 seconds. Yeah.
I think that's it.
I guess maybe in the background.
His mom who gets shot. Oh
yes.
But like speaking roles, her and the ex-girlfriend. That's it.
Well, the ex-girlfriend does get to. What did she guys say? It was an accident.
Yeah. What, he fell into you, or?
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was
so this
rough.
movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
It does not. Two women do not interact at any point in time. They're not even in the same room with each other.
No. And that happened a lot back. I mean, movies still do it now, but not as badly.
Well, I mean, I think she was just supposed to be a means to an end, but she was such a nice character that we're just like, I enjoy this character. I'm happy she was here.
So good.
Yeah.
We want more Lindsay.
She wasn't like usually when you have a character like that in a movie, like they're really one-dimensional and boring, where I found she was very like dimensional.
She was written well.
Yeah, and
she had a personality. Like you knew what she liked. She wasn't just in a Josh Hartnett. Like, she was funny.
Yeah, she was smart. It was one of the things I really liked about it. And she wasn't like they save her in the end, kind of like a damsel, but really she wasn't like a damsel in distress or anything either.
I don't even know if that's a saving. Like they were trying to con Mr. Goodcat, but you can't
try and save her.
Yeah, you can't con a world-class assassin.
Exactly.
But he probably knew what they were doing anyway. Like he probably shot her there because he knew what they were doing. He was probably 10 steps ahead of them.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, because those are his plans, right?
Exactly.
Anyways, I think that's all I have for this movie. But yeah, I guess we get to talk about Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, but we're gonna argue about more of like Fury Road or something. But whatever.
I still think you need to do a special episode on Fury Road.
Please, this is the episode. This is what you're getting.
No, okay? We need more. The fans want more.
So yeah, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yes, let's get into this.
I sighed so much watching this movie. I did a lot of sighing while watching this movie. I don't know.
I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I know even as a kid I didn't like it that much. Like I love The Road Warrior. I obviously love Fury Road. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
But The Road Warrior, my dad loved it, so he would play that a lot, and I love that movie so much. And then the first Mad Max is a very it's a very low budget Australian movie. It's barely set. It's kind of set in a post-apocalyptic world. It's just more like the criminals have taken over.
Well, all of Mad Max is post-apocalyptic. Like
but the first one's not necessarily, because he's still a cop. Like there's still some authority. There's still.
But doesn't that take place like right when the apocalypse? Because so like I was trying to figure out a timeline for this movie because Tina Turner, when you meet her, says something very specific. Yeah. That before the apocalypse happened, she was nobody, which means she was alive when this happened.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, like, based on this movie, I think it's been about 10, 15 years since the apocalypse has happened.
In the first movie, Mel Gibson has a wife and a daughter, I think. So let's assume he's 20 to 25. Okay. And then the Road Warrior, his wife and daughter were killed by a biker gang. And then in the Road Warrior, he's on his own. You don't know how long it's been since the first movie. I think. And it looks like in Beyond Thunderdome, society's even collapsed a bit more. Like the world seems more desert. There's not even like highways anymore. Like in the Road Warrior, there's still highways, and it seems like the desert's just completely taken over all that.
Well, it seems sort of like they've been pushed out of the cities.
Yeah.
Is what's happened. So like this movie clearly takes place in Australia, right? Like, because like, especially at the end where they like quote unquote fly to Sydney, they're not flying to North America or China or something. Like, they're in Australia. So I think they're in the outback. Like, there's a big area that's just like desert space and blah, blah, blah. So I think they've been pushed out there because of all of what's going on. But, and when they're out there, it's more barbaric. Then
I also think though, like, the world has changed, because like when you see the Sydney Opera House near the end, right, there's a giant cliff next to it. Like, it looks like the Grand Canyon, kind of like when they're flying. There's like a drop, and
that's gorge. Because there's no water. The water's gone.
That's supposed to be the ocean.
That's where the water would have been.
But oh well, okay. Well, that's a huge like climate changing change.
But isn't that like half the problem in the Mad Max world, is that there's no water?
Well, in the Road Warrior, they're talking about like the opening scene is like stock footage of nuclear bombs and climate disasters and So I see what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, like, they don't have to be so in the outback. I'm saying like the land, even maybe around Sydney or I don't know, Melbourne, or it's completely different. So I really think the desert's taken over in this one.
Sure.
Like,
I have no way to verify or refute that.
Well, you watched the Road Warrior, didn't you? You said.
No, I didn't. No, I couldn't find Road Warrior or the first Mad Max to watch easily.
Yeah, the first one's a tough.
And
it's a bit of a tough watch.
Fury Road. So yeah,
that's right. Sorry, it was Fury Road.
I found them both a tough watch. So it's
well, I agree with you on this one. Like, I will admit, I was enjoying the first 40 minutes or so. Like I kind of like when George Miller creates a world. One thing I was surprised was this movie has two directors. It's George Miller and somebody else.
Really?
And I was really surprised by that. Yeah, I didn't remember that watching it previously. But I'm like, maybe because it does feel like two separate movies. Like, once he gets banished to the gulag, which I don't understand. Like when the Wheel of Death or whatever, and he gets on gulag, and they tie him to a horse. I thought he was going to go to a prison camp or something. That's what a gulag is.
That is what a gulag is.
They just send him out to the desert. Also, why would you kill that horse? Like, I'm guessing a horse in this world is very expensive and hard to get.
If you can't see this, but I'm shrugging and shaking my head all the time because I have no answers for you at all.
But anyways, sorry, I was kind of enjoying the movie up until that point, even though it's not what I want from Mad Max. You know, I don't want him carless, and I want him out there, you know, jumping from car to car and killing people anyway. But when he meets the kids, oh God.
Even before that.
Everything past that, I start hating it.
Like, honestly, I find the action sequence don't make any sense. Like, they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And the way they're cut together, because even like the scene where you first meet what's her name? Entity. I don't know why they called her Anti-Entity.
They had the strangest names in this universe.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like when they're just like, oh, we're gonna like, and they attack him or whatever. It's like, oh, you've passed the audition or the interview or whatever. Like, the way they cut the action in that sequence, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, like, it's not very well done.
It's not well done. So, and like, I had nothing invested because that came so quickly in the movie, and I had nothing invested in the character of Max, you know, within this or any other character so far.
Yeah.
That I was just like, okay, if you die, sure. I don't know. I mean, you know, this lady looks really cool in her chainmail outfit and crazy earrings, but
I kind of enjoyed Tina Turner in this.
But she didn't do anything.
I don't know. She had some silly lines. She kept calling him a ragamuffin and or something, or raggedy.
Yes, she called him something stupid.
It was really weird.
No, she called him the Raggedy Man.
Raggedy Man, thank you. Yes, that's what it was. And I'm like, why?
I don't know. Have you seen everybody in your town? Like,
yeah. Mel Gibson is the best looking guy here.
He had on the most clothes. Like, how could he be the raggedy one? You know, come on.
I did really enjoy the costumes in this movie. Like, they had some similar costumes or outfits from like the Road Warrior.
Yeah.
especially like the biker, like the gang that he was fighting. People had the same like spiked haircut, and like I've watched The Road Warrior 50 times probably.
I can't even think of the last time
I love that
remember
movie.
anything about it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to have a Road Warrior night, you and me.
Mm.
And probably invite
Mike. Well, this is one of the reasons why I was hoping to watch the first two movies before this one.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I want to remember what the actual story of Mad Max is. I'm like, I know he's a guy. He always comes across like bikers. He goes, it's a cool car, and he's
a loner.
People,
yeah.
For some reason,
they take away his cool car in this. Like why?
Immediately.
Like okay, they do the same thing in Fury Road. But
he gets to drive.
But he's in a cool truck, and he's doing cool things.
Mm-hmm.
In this, he's always walking. Like I really wonder if this movie had production issues, or this budget was cut or something, or
maybe they were just trying to do something different. They're just like using cars all the time. What would happen to Mad Max if we took away his car
and made the movie PG and added a lot of children? Like, sorry to bring up Robocop 3 again, but it's the same thing.
I think he brought up Robocop 3 before we started recording. So
I know. I hope so. Your audience is like, not again. Like, I don't know why you take like a pretty fun rated R franchise and PG it up. Like, like what kid is going to enjoy this movie for the, like, okay, maybe they'll enjoy the part when the kids show up talking gibberish, but are they really going to like the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's more like kids like when they say PG-13, they don't expect like a 5-year-old to be in there, right?
Yeah.
But they do expect like a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old, and those kids like when shit blows up. Those kids like,
but there's so little of that
sequences and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying no.
There's a lame car chase it's not even a car chase. It's a truck on train tracks.
Yeah, which I don't understand where those train tracks came from.
I don't either. And why are they not covered in sand? And
and why is the little man suddenly dressed like an old-timey prospector? Like, I was very confused by the whole thing.
I forgot about that. Yes, you're right.
Like, he was suddenly wearing like a 3-piece suit and had a monocle. I was like, what is happening?
Where did this outfit change come?
He was all dirty and was in like weird daddy leather, and then all of a sudden he's like 3-piece tweed suit and a monocle, and he has records in the back. Like, I was what? Yeah, I was very confused by that whole thing. Yes.
Yeah. You're totally right.
A lot of things confuse me with this movie. When he first meets Tina Turner, and like there's that weird guy playing saxophone for some reason. I'm just like, what is happening?
I kind of enjoyed that. It
was so weird though.
Tina Turner runs Bartertown. She wants to hear some sax.
Oh,
now, what doesn't make sense to me is why you would try and kill Max in front of your saxophone player. Like a random arrow went through the saxophone and ruined it. Now Tina Turner can't hear jazz.
Yeah, she'll make it work, man. Yeah. And you can get anything you want in Bartertown.
Yeah, but how do they make food?
Well, they have the pigs.
But they need the pigs for the methane, which gives them the power.
Yeah, but they probably have like a breeding stock or something.
I guess.
Yeah, that's
so it's an old pork diet. Yeah. Everyone's pretty thin for that.
I mean, it depends how much pork you're getting a day, I guess.
Yeah. Like at least in Fury Road, we know there's water and there's greenery.
Yeah, there's an irrigation system. That
exactly.
Yeah.
When Morton Joe releases the water, and like I assume there's food given out as well. But Bartertown made absolutely no sense to me. Well, I mean, it's probably off screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because Fury Road's a perfect movie, right?
Oh my god,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Jeez, it's I'm not there yet. We can't argue about.
I think we should explain to people that we've been talking about Fury Road for I don't know what 5 years. How long has it been out?
It's been out for 5 years.
Whatever year it came out, we've been talking about this movie ever since then. Tracey hates it. I love it.
I do hate it. I think it's pointless, and
I think I saw it 3 times in theaters.
And it doesn't make it. There's no point to the movie, and it makes me angry.
Totally disagree.
Every time.
Wait. Should we park this until we're finished?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Other things I've noticed about the dystopia is that why is dystopia so theatrical? Everything is theatrical. Okay. Yeah. Everything's a big production, and there's like a dude in like a weird shoulder pad jacket thing, and he's got like his girls doing stuff and whatever.
That's kind of the stuff I enjoyed. Like when he's walking through Bartertown, like they're wasting gas willy-nilly and power, and like if you have very little power, why would you light up a sign?
Yeah, but like my question is, no, but why is it the stuff that you like? That's the stuff that frustrates me, because it makes no sense in this world that they're building and living in.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So I'm sitting there going like, but why is this thing over there? Like, and the problem is too, is nothing else is happening. So you end up focusing on this stuff because there's nothing else to focus on.
Because it's really good. It's really nice to look at.
No, no. You are wrong.
I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering how much George Miller actually made of this movie. Like with the second director, I'm wondering if he did a lot of it and he took it. Like, I wish I read up on it.
But it's his franchise, right? Like he came up with it, so he probably makes something off of just the name.
Sorry, I actually don't know if he directed the first movie or not. I think he did, but
yeah. So the budget for this movie was $10 million, and it grossed 36 worldwide. Well, 36.2.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, he did. He's directed all the Mad Max movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he did do the first
Fury
one.
Road. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's so good.
Oh.
Wait. Sorry. Just a side thing that I think you might agree with me on. I think it was during COVID. I was bored and I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen Babe in a while, so I just threw on Babe. Mm-hmm. I forgot George Miller directed it.
He directed Babe.
He directed Babe.
Also, I've never watched Babe, so it's fine.
You've never seen Babe? Oh, Tracey, it'll warm your heart. Oh, it is such a good movie. It's amazing the shots they get with these farm animals.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's any CG in it.
The only thing I know about Babe is that Babe is a pig that talks, and then there's That'll Do Pig, That'll Do. And that's all I need about it. I'm fine.
And who says That'll Do Pig? Do you know who the actor is?
It's John something.
No, it's James Cromwell, who's in Star Trek a lot.
Oh, him? He's the farmer?
Yep, Zephyrin Cochrane is the farmer.
Maybe I will have to watch it now. No, that's not. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I have to win a bet with you. You got to watch Babe. I think you actually might enjoy it. It's crazy how they get animals to. It's done with puppetry and real animals, and apparently it was painstaking to get some of the shots.
Because they probably have to like record all day to get them to do the thing.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. I highly suggest you add it to your list.
I'm shaking my head.
But he also directed Happy Feet. I'm trying to think what else he directed. Something else.
Never watched Happy Feet.
Yeah, I've actually never seen Happy Feet either, to be honest. But oh, you got him up?
He did. Okay, so not producer. I want director. He directed 19 things.
I don't know a lot of these. Lorenzo's Oil, he produced it.
3,000 Years of Longing.
No
I just
idea.
saw a thing advertised trailer for it.
Oh, now I understand why Tina Turner.
The Witches of Eastwick.
Sorry, you like that?
Witches of Eastwick. Yes.
So he directed Tina Turner's "We Don't Need Another Hero" music video.
But isn't that song in Beyond Thunderdome? Isn't that the whole?
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that song's on the soundtrack.
Oh, he was part of the Twilight Zone movie. Oh.
Do
you know what happened with the Twilight Zone?
No.
Okay, so the movie is, I think, 4 segments, kind of like how it's like the show, right? It'd be like a 30-minute, be like a 30-minute short directed by some famous directors, right? I think Spielberg did one of them. The one by John Landis, I think his name is. Yeah, the director's named John Landis. And his segment was about a racist who gets sent back to the Vietnam War. And
I did not see this movie. Okay.
He has to save 2 Vietnamese children. And John Landis was so not caring about safety. And there was 2 child actors on set. And a helicopter ripped them apart. Like it fell onto them. It killed 2 children and an actor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he did not go to jail for any of this. Like
why?
I don't know. Like first of all, you can't have kids on a night shoot. That was one of the things. There was explosions going off. Everything was done wrong, and nobody went to jail. These 3 people died.
That is awful.
And I hate to say, Spielberg and Kathleen Kennedy were producers on this, and had some culpability, but no one talks about it.
Yeah, Spielberg did the segment "Kick the Can."
Yeah, but he was also a producer of the whole movie.
The whole
So
thing.
I mean, I don't know how much he had involvement in it, but and then John Landis was allowed to go on and make other movies like Coming to America and Beverly Hills Cop 3, I think.
Yeah,
It's insane. He literally got 3 people killed.
That is so gross.
Sorry, 2 children killed, and yeah. So I'm not blaming George Miller for that.
No.
He just directed one of the segments.
Okay.
I assume safely.
Anyways, yeah. See, we're talking about other things this time around because this movie sucks. Just saying.
No. It's just the way we are. We go on tangents. It's not. We can't help it.
We can't. No.
Wait, sorry. This movie does kind of suck.
Yes.
I agree. Everything with the kids is just so dumb and.
Okay, so I do have a question. I have a question. Okay, so there's Thunderdome. Mm-hmm. There's the people, and then
there's Bartertown,
right? And what is it? They call it like Underverse or Underworld or whatever. Mm-hmm. Sorry, where the Master Blaster is.
Yeah.
Which lamest name ever.
I disagree. I love the names in this movie. I love the names in all the Mad Max movies.
Master Blaster? Come on. That's like, you know how they make fun of Taserface in Guardians of the Galaxy? It's the same thing. Okay, they would laugh at you.
I think it's a great name.
Oh, the top one's the brains. He's Master, and the bottom one's, the muscle. He's Blaster.
I was kind of sad when he got revealed.
Yeah, he was like a kid with Down syndrome.
I was like, no,
oh my god,
no.
But one thing they do show a lot in all of the Mad Max movies. Well, at least the 2 I watched. Let me know if it's true. The other one, they do a lot of, I guess, because of like nuclear fallout and stuff. There's a lot of deformities.
Yes,
and a lot of missing limbs.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, it's also a harsh world, right? So they've gotten into fights and fighting over guzzling, as they call it.
Sorry, I rolled my eyes there.
Tracey made a face.
I made a face. So anyways, what is actually getting at? So based on what I think is the timeline of this movie, which is like, it's been 10 to 15 years since the apocalypse, right?
Well, where do these children come from? That's my question.
Well, this is where I'm going with this, because you have a bunch of children that have clearly, maybe one of them was born before the apocalypse and lived through it and whatever. Yeah. But there's like 5-year-old kids and all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
How did they get there? Where are the quote unquote adults that are supposed to be with them? Where is this fantastic tale they're coming up with come from?
That I think I can explain.
You can explain, because I know there's the carving about like Captain Jack, whatever, that's obviously off of something.
I think the captain crawled from the plane and died there, but he scrawled that first, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that is fine.
Yeah.
But all this stuff that comes before it, and all of the tale of like, oh, we're gonna fly you back into the city, and where is all of this prophesizing coming from? Like, where?
I'm guessing the older kids, like, okay, I'm kind of making this up on the fly because I do hate this part of the movie. Maybe this plane was full of like children for some reason. They were like refugees and they crashed, and the older kids looked after the younger ones. Maybe all the adults died, or they don't remember the adults as well.
Yeah, but my problem is like the kids, like, okay, even if the apocalypse was 10 years before, the oldest kid there is probably 15. Probably.
The apocalypse could have been 5 or 6 years before. We don't know. I mean, because the first Mad Max, maybe the apocalypse hasn't totally happened yet. Like, they don't talk about nuclear fallout. They don't, like, I don't remember the first one that well. I've only seen it once or twice. Like biker gang. A biker gang is tormenting Mel Gibson and kills his family. So there's still like some authority. There's still some government in place. So maybe the apocalypse hasn't totally happened yet.
Yeah, but in Road Warrior, it has happened.
It looks like it has, yeah. Or maybe, but that could be like 6 months after the first Mad Max. Like, who knows?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay. He has the same dog, I think, from the first movie in the Road Warrior. That doesn't mean much, though. It could still be 10 years. Yeah, I don't know.
See, so this is my problem.
Yeah.
Right?
So where do the kids come from?
But yeah, because even if it was 5 years before and the oldest kid is 15, that kid was 10, and the youngest kid there is 5. So like they just popped out of the air and landed there, and to be like little kids.
Only thing that makes sense to me is they were on the plane as babies. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But
none of all of that doesn't make any sense. And the fact that I know Max is by himself and is disoriented by these kids and stuff, but he doesn't ask any questions. He doesn't like, where are the adults? How do you eat food here? What's going on?
He also shoots twice at the leader, the teenage girl.
Yeah, because she's trying to stop her from leaving, which makes
a gun
sense.
He's never shot before.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows where that bullet's going to go? And then he cold cocks her in the face. I guess to try and save her life, but come on, Max. Yeah. There must be other ways to do this.
I don't know.
Don't punch a teenage girl.
She is.
That's all I'm saying.
She is clearly small enough that he could have just picked her up and walked back down. He didn't have to punch her.
There's no reason to punch her.
But my other question is why was she suddenly so adamant that she had to leave? Where was she going?
Yeah, it seemed like where they were was kind of nice.
Yeah, it was nicer than I know their quote unquote prophecy of Captain Jack. I'm doing a lot of quotation marks here. Coming back to take them to the future place.
Yeah.
But he shows up and says there's no future place. There's nothing out there. And she's like, well, we're leaving anyway. All of a sudden, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
And she gets that one kid killed in the sandpit.
Yeah, because they're just like, well, we're gonna head out in the desert in the middle of the night in a direction that we've never gone before.
Luckily, it was towards Bartertown.
Right.
What are the odds of that?
I don't know. But that whole thing didn't make any sense, and a lot of this movie didn't make any sense because when they got back to Bartertown, you're just they're like, oh, we're gonna find the little man because he knows things. Fine, but you get there, you realize he has no power, doesn't really know anything. But then you fight a bunch of people for no reason, and then you escape going. Somehow these magical tracks appeared under a car that has been built into part of Bordertown, and somehow still works and can just go. Then suddenly he's on tracks, and I don't know where they're going. Nobody knows where they're going. They just go out into nothingness. So there's again another movie where I don't understand the point of this movie.
I want to screw with you, but I can't. This is a bad movie. There's a reason why I haven't watched it in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think I really think as a kid, I only watched the Thunderdome fight, which I kind of enjoyed, and then the car chase at the end, or sorry, the rail chase. but even then, there's only 2 or 3 good car crashes.
Yeah,
and it's the last 10 minutes of the movie. It's and also he meets his buddy. I'm doing air quotes here from Road Warrior, the pilot. And they don't. Yeah. The pilot. Well, I mean, friend's a loose. I wouldn't call it friend.
But isn't he the guy who steals his car at the beginning of this movie?
Yeah, but he doesn't know it's Max.
Okay.
Because he shoots him with an arrow, right? And he falls out. But in the Road Warrior, originally the pilot takes Max prisoner, and then Max's dog attacks him, and then Max takes him prisoner.
Okay.
And then they kind of become allies to help the town around the oil refinery.
Okay.
And then the pilot meets a woman that he kind of likes in Road Warrior. So I guess this is where the kid comes from. I don't know where she is, but they never it seems like he recognizes Max, but then doesn't do anything to help him. And then Max just randomly stumbles on his house.
Yeah, well, because he's following the kid.
Yeah, but again, how lucky is that the one way the tracks go lead to the pilots and the kids' car house.
And it looks like the kid goes there all the time to set up to see who shows up, which doesn't make any sense because it's one track that had one car.
Yeah, I mean, the dialogue in this movie is tough because people are not talking normally. So maybe we're missing something.
That was my other problem with this movie. The apocalypse was not long ago. You can still speak normally. You don't the world doesn't blow up and suddenly you miss your articles and stuff. Just speak words.
I guess I understand the children more not speaking proper English, but the adults, I just like, what are you
Didn't make
talking?
any sense.
Like in Fury Road, when they talk weird, I mostly understand it because it's the religion that Immortan Joe has created around his people, and that's one of the reasons I love that movie because there's so much storytelling through the world and just like I know Tracy's shaking her head,
Nope. Mm-hmm.
and I think she's trying to hold back a throw up.
Just in my mouth, just a little bit. Sorry. Continue. I want to.
But like Fury Road does such a better job of creating a world and making sense to me than this movie does. Like it doesn't. Road Warrior almost as good. Like it. Anyway, like because they also talk in weird isms and slang that we're not supposed to know, but I can tell what's going on. This movie I cannot.
Yeah. See, like I would understand the difference in language if they're like the apocalypse happened 100 years ago or 50, even 50 years ago. I'd be like, all right, I get it. The language changes and you lose some people and blah, 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 education, all that kind of stuff. Fine. Yeah. Right. But like 10, 15 years ago, come on. Like you and all of these, like all of the people that are adults in this movie would have been alive when the apocalypse happened. So they would have been speaking quote unquote normally at that point in time.
I mean, so most of them do. I guess to be fair to the movie, most of them kind of do speak mostly normal. It's more when you meet the children and it's like, what are they talking about?
But even the master guy, the little guy, he does not speak normally.
No, but I don't know if that's because.
Yeah, but he looks like he's like 60. He would have been alive before the apocalypse.
I think we were talking about this off mic. He's in the movie Freaks, which is like from 1932. So he's at least 70 in this movie, I think.
All right. Yeah.
So he's definitely very old.
No, but even but I'm specifically talking as like the character in the movie. Like he would have been alive when the apocalypse happened. So he would have been living in the world and speaking quote unquote normally. So I don't understand why how he speaks is so different than anybody else. And he has to like speak in this like weird, slightly cryptic fashion. Like it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. This is not a well done movie.
No. Like it bothers me.
Yeah. Like,
I
kind of hate how much I love Mad Max, and I only like 2 out of the 4 movies. I have some grudging respect, not grudging. I have some respect for the first one because there's some cool car crashes in it. It's just no, I can't say I dislike the first movie. It's just like it's an Ozploitation movie. It's a genre. I actually learned this genre from Quentin Tarantino. He would talk about certain Australian movies he liked from the 70s and 80s. And it's called Ozploitation. I don't know if this would actually fit in there now that I think about it, but
I think the first movie, like the first Mad Max movie, would definitely fit in that. But the like Road Warrior and stuff, I don't think.
No, I think Road Warrior had more of a budget. Like
it had too much. It has to be like super low budget.
There's a half an hour chase with a truck full of they think it's gasoline, but it's actually sand, and it's fantastic.
You did tell me this. Oh no, you didn't say this yet. Sorry. I was just looking up the guy who played Master. His name was Angelo Rosito.
Yep.
He was born in 1908. So
wow.
So when this movie came out, he would have been. Wait, when did this movie come out? The movie came out
early 80s.
1985.
85. Okay.
So he would have been almost 80 years old.
85 minus 8 is 77.
77, yeah.
I've been drinking, sorry.
Yeah, he would have been 77 years old, which is crazy.
Good for him.
And his second to last credit is being in The Next Generation. So
so we brought that up earlier as the as one accused spectators.
That he's just spectator.
when they're judging Picard on humanity.
Yeah. His last credit was The Other Side of the Wind. I don't know.
Idea.
That was
but he's been in a lot of movies.
Wait, why? That movie came out in 2018. How was that? He died in 1991. Oh,
they must have used like an image of him, or like his estate probably got paid for it,
or something. Yeah.
Or a flashback to I don't know. Who knows what that movie is?
They probably had something on like a screen in the background. He's watching a movie and he's like in it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This I don't know what to say about this movie.
I also made the comment that I was wondering, so when he's on the horse with like the gulag thing and they put that head on him, my question is like, how many of those do they have, like the heads, or is there like a papier-mâché guy who just makes those heads, like that's his job to make sure they have enough?
He's just like, come on, let's send somebody else to the gulag. I need to eat. I have 4 kids to feed.
He probably was like so happy. He's like, yes! I get to make one. It's happening.
Well, like I'm not gonna lie. Like in this post-apocalyptic universe, there's a lot of wastefulness. Like I probably wouldn't be driving around a muscle car,
right?
That gets I don't know how many liters to the gallon. Like like if gasoline is so hard to find.
But also, all of those vehicles burn oil like crazy because of all that black smoke and stuff coming out of it.
Yeah,
they're not fuel.
Where are they getting this?
Who knows?
I mean, who cares? I just want to see car chases and awesome explosions and
this is why you hate this movie, because there's not enough explosions or car chases.
I think it happens in the last 15 minutes, right?
Maybe
20. Maybe 20.
They're on the track thing and the cars following them and they get on the plane
and there's a couple cool shots. I'll give it that, and maybe when the train car thing hits the bad guy with the skull on his back, that's kind of cool, but that happens in Road Warrior and it's done much better.
I guess. I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I haven't seen it.
This movie sucks. Like, what a.
I did. So, like, I was making a comment about like this movie being very like a very theatrical dystopia, and it just reminded me of a couple of movies that were kind of the same in the 80s, specifically Cyborg and Solar Babies, where
Solar Babies. Wow. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I know Solar Babies.
Well, because Cyborg is like the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where it is post-apocalyptic. It is kind of like a desert wasteland and he's avenging his family. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But again,
it's kind of like a Terminator ripoff, right? If I haven't seen Cyborg in a while.
Yeah, but it's more set in like Mad Max world than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, resources are tough and like everybody's like animals. That's why his family gets killed and everything. And he has to like avenge them. But it's also very like weird and dusty. And then there's like Solar Babies where for some reason they're in the desert, but they're all on roller skates.
And children have roller skates. Yeah.
You're just like, what is happening here? Like,
what are they actually skating on? I love that you know Solar Babies. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, it's a movie that for years I thought was a fever dream. I'm like, there's this movie.
Oh yes, we have talked about this.
Yeah, they were like these kids on rollerblades and blah blah blah. I think I've like found out what it was actually called on the podcast some time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Solar Babies just blows my mind. Like it just the whole concept and all of because it's the same thing. Like these kids escape from this encampment where they're pretty much like slaves and they got to do work, but they're on rollerblades for some reason. But they rollerblade in the desert. And then they find like an oasis and they finally have like powers when the water's around them. You're just like, what is
the weirdest
happening?
Yeah, it is such a strange movie.
Such a strange movie. But it's
I think the budget of it was a lot of cocaine and $1 million. Like
he's like, look, we got a stack of coke and we got some money for
all these roller skates and child actors. What do we do?
Make it work.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just let it happen. It's so weird.
It is such a weird movie. No, but there's a lot of movies. Like I wish I could think the name of it. I wouldn't even know what to look it up online. But it's a bunch of dune buggies in the future in the desert fighting each other, and it is like such a ridiculous movie.
Cars themselves or people?
Well, sorry. There's people driving them. It is a total Mad Max ripoff or Road Warrior ripoff.
Isn't that like Death Race 2000 or something?
I wouldn't call that a Mad Max ripoff. But that's.
Wait, is Stallone in Death Race? No, it's not.
He is. He's the one with the grenade in his hand, isn't he? Oh no. Sorry, no. He's one of the bad guys in Death Race 2000.
Because there is a movie. I think I know what it is.
Oh, and I hated to admit that I enjoyed the remake of the Death Race 2000 with Jason Statham. There was some cool car crashes in it.
It was so cheesy.
I know, but I just want to see some car crashes.
Oh my God. You just want to see shit blow up.
I'm a simple man, Tracy.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. Just remember that, okay?
Ow.
Is it Cannonball?
Oh, that's like, isn't that like the Burt Reynolds movies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's David Carradine. That's David Carradine.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, but that's a whole genre that I don't really know very well. Like the 70s
that's just
American
like
car chase.
Race shit, yeah.
Like Dukes of Hazzard, kind of like that was a TV show, but I don't know those movies very well. Mm-hmm. I've definitely I've seen the original Death Race.
Yeah, I've seen the original Death Race and I saw the remake. I don't know what I expected. Like I expected better or something. I don't even know. But no, it's just all kinds of wrong. But I did admit, like with Death Race, at least like the car crashes were pretty cool, and you spend a lot of time going, oh,
there's an awesome transport truck crash in that movie.
Yeah, Death Race 2000. That's also David Carradine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's the hero. Maybe he's the one with the grenade in his hand. He wants to win the race, if I'm right, to meet the president, so we can shake his hand and blow him up.
David Carradine's name is Frankenstein, and Sylvester Stallone's name is Machine Gun Joe Viterbo.
Okay, makes sense.
And then the girl's name is Annie Smith.
Oh, wow. Thanks, movie. Way to give her a cool name.
Wow. And there's also one more girl. Her name is Calamity Jane.
Oh,
and there's Matilda the Hun.
You know what? They're probably all the side pieces of the male drivers.
Exactly.
I doubt that. I doubt there's a female. I mean, maybe there's one, but if there's going to be, they would only have one female driver.
Oh God. There's also Is it Rollerball? Is it that one?
Well, these movies always have great names for their characters.
Let's see. What's Rollerball about? Isn't that essentially like
that's what James Caan.
Yeah. Oh, I know this movie.
Yeah. He's
it's like roller derby, but like
Rollerball gets and they did a corporate sponsorship. Yeah.
Did they do a remake of this movie
with the guy from American Pie?
Yeah.
The football guy. It sucks.
I did not watch the remake.
Ugh. Well, because I really liked Rollerball. My dad, we used to have that on VHS.
I don't know if I watched this whole movie.
Yeah, it was fun. Like until the corporation got involved, Rollerball is like sort of safe. It's a little dangerous, but then they make it super dangerous. And James Caan friend dies, and he's I'm not having any of this.
They've got like dudes in like motorcycles on the rollerball court. What is happening?
Yeah, this is like a whole genre of kind of post-apocalyptic, like even like the Running Man, you could say, like.
Oh yeah.
So like it's not Cars, but it fits in the same. I'd kind of put them in the same genre.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, like clear fight for your life things. Yeah. Like you're gonna do a thing or else you're gonna die. Like that's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I liked the Running Man. It's super cheesy if you watch it now. Like it's so bad.
Oh yeah.
But it's just so much fun. Like all those like Schwarzenegger movies are just great.
Oh yeah, I love them. This movie made me think of a Schwarzenegger movie. Do you remember when they're turning off the power? Like the underworld's turning off the power to the barter town?
Yeah.
And everything's shutting down. It kind of reminded me of like Total Recall when Catherine Jellicoe is turning off the air.
Oh yeah, because
I can't think of his real name. What the hell's the actor? Ronnie Cox. When the great Ronnie Cox is turning off the air to the Martians. Sorry, yeah. My brain went to Jellicoe because we both love Star Trek.
I mean, I understood. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Ronnie Cox, also the bad guy in Robocop 1. Yes. Oh, wait. I have a thing about. You like the movie Dark City, right?
I do.
Yeah, I know you own it, and I like it a lot too. I don't know many other people who know it. Did you recognize an actor in this movie from Dark City? Now, this again was cheat. Like it was accidental cheating. I was looking up the actor, and I just noticed a credit. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's so and so."
Okay, I'm not cheating. I'm just looking at the faces.
Yeah.
Oh wait, isn't it? No. Yeah, no. Wasn't he in Dark City? The guy who plays the like the pilot dude.
Yep. Ding ding ding. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He's Mr. Wall in Dark City.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I looked up Dark City, Mr. Wall. I was like, oh my God, how could I forget him? He's the one with the crazy knife. Like
That
he opens it up.
Yeah. Does all the
Dark
weird
City.
stuff.
Dark City's such a strange movie.
It is. But it's like, well, I think that's the problem with the movie. It's not even that it's a bad movie or anything, but I find like it's so somber and the pacing is so slow that most people kind of
I don't
fall
find
out
slow.
of it.
I don't find it slow.
I just find the pacing really interesting.
Oh yeah, it's such a cool, and like when you find out what it is, like what's happening, it's like I saw that in theaters luckily, and I was just blown away.
I don't know if I saw that one in theaters. I think I would have seen that in theaters if I bought it, because I don't think that would have been something I saw on TV and it was like, I have to get that thing.
It wasn't a big hit, so would it even have been on TV? Like I don't even know. Like maybe on the Sci-Fi Channel eventually.
Yeah, no, it has definitely shown on TV. Yes, yeah. But it's not one of those ones that, you know, like some movies you see all the time on TV. It's definitely not. It's one of those like every like 5 years you're just like, Dark City is showing. Okay, I guess I'll look at that now. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, whenever your episode was like on Dark City, I rewatched the movie just so that when I listened to it, I could like, because I watched the movie like once every 5 years, maybe or something.
Mm-hmm. It's also not a movie that comes to mind when I think, I'm like, you know what? I feel like watching some sci-fi or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to mind immediately because so many others like just like pop in your brain first because they're so big or they're so well known and like,
or they're more flashy or
know, because even sometimes I think about like some of the movies I rewatch all the time. I'm like, why? There's so many more that are better, but I just enjoy these. Like I've watched Fifth Element way too many times, but it's a great movie. I just have a good time watching it, I think.
Yeah, of course.
You know? So, but like Dark City is one, it's kind of like somber and weighty. And so it's just like, is this what I want to watch?
Yeah. And especially if you know what's coming, like it maybe takes away a bit from it. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think so. I think like with Lucky Number Slevin, for example, even though you know what the ending is going to be,
it's true. It's a fun ride.
It's a fun ride, and like it's like the getting there, and then the figuring out the clues to the puzzle earlier on. You're like, oh yeah, that's that thing over there, and that's the thing happening over there. Oh, he walked past this thing here. Oh, so that's the clue to that. Oh, you know, like it's the piecing together stuff that make the rewatch fun. Yeah, because that's even like Knives Out, for example. I've watched that movie a couple of times, and then how the detective pieces the story together. And I know it ends up being just like a drop on the girl's shoe, you know, that she missed and stuff. But the retelling of everybody's story and the recapping of the events and like how in their mind it's this way, how it's some other way, and then you put the other parts together and you figure it out, kind of thing.
Yeah. Netflix bought Knives Out 2 and 3. I really hope they don't fuck it up.
I really hope too.
It's still gonna be Rian Johnson, who I really like. I know you don't like Last Jedi. We won't get into that. We don't have 2 hours to talk about it.
We don't. No. we haven't bitched enough about Thunderdome yet, and we haven't had a proper argument about.
That's true.
Yes.
I still think we should save Fury Road for a special episode. I don't know if I'm sober enough or smart enough to talk about it properly.
My problem is that I forced myself to watch that today, and I spent the whole time rolling my eyes and sighing and being frustrated.
Why? It's a masterpiece.
I need to talk about it today, or else we're not talking about it. I don't want to have to watch it again.
And bye. I just stopped now. Bye, Tracey. I just trick you every couple of years and watch.
I know. You're like, you watched it, huh? You know, son of a bitch!
Smoke bomb.
I know.
All right. So wait, I don't know if I have anything else to say about.
This movie to me, two things in this movie reminded me of Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
So there was the part where he walks into Bartertown. And the guy shows up and he's like swinging the knives and he's just like, he pulls out the gun and just shoots him.
That was the first time I remembered. I'm like, oh my God, this is a PG-13 movie. Like, yeah, when he shoots him above his head and breaks his like feathers, I was like, I was like, oh yeah, this isn't rated R like the first two.
Yeah. And then
or the fourth one.
Right. And then the next thing was when they're back at Bartertown, and he's running after that one guy who saw them, and he's like running after him, and like they disappear into the mist, and then he comes running back.
Mhm.
And then it's like a bunch of them. I was like, oh, they did an Indiana Jones thing again. I was like, all right. And I checked. Indiana Jones did come out before this movie.
Yes, it did.
So I think that's where they're getting some of their things from.
Yeah, like this movie's kind of lazy in a lot of ways.
It is. I'm not saying no.
It's such a disappointment. I spit on you, movie.
I mean, they spent a lot of money clearly on like their costumes and stuff. But then they just didn't know what to do with any of it. So
like I'm guessing $10 million in 1985 is, I don't know, 25 now, or
no, it would be more than that. I think it'd probably be like 50 million or something.
All right, inflation calculator. You'll know. But so I'm doing Canadian. Okay, that cost 10 million in 1985. It'll be. Oops, I did that wrong. It's 23. Well, this is Canadian. This is $24,000. Sorry, $24 million.
24 million. Okay.
Yeah. That's an okay budget, but
yeah,
I don't know. They really wasted it.
They did. I think they wasted everything.
And I can't stress enough how annoying the stuff with the kids is. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see Mad Max not in a car surrounded by children.
Yeah, but also the
children. Who asked for that?
But the children. The thing is, the children can be there, but they don't do anything, and there's no point to them.
Yeah,
like they don't help in any way. They don't add to the story, and they just end up in Bartertown, and there's a weird fight for no reason, and you're just like, why are these kids here in the first place?
Yeah.
But also, one of my things is that the kids they go to Bartertown with, they left a bunch of kids in the Oasis or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
What happened to those kids?
Did they fly back to get them? I doubt it.
But at the end of the movie, they have that girl talking to like a group. So did they who are those kids? I don't even know.
I guess they flew back. Like, but why is the pilot all of a sudden looking after all these kids? Like,
I don't know.
It didn't seem like he. I don't know.
But also, when she's making that speech, you realize she has like a baby in her hands.
Well, so, do you remember that prisoner who got away from the pig shit dungeon? Or I assume that's his baby, which is kind of gross because she's a teenager and he's. But
actually, if you see the crowd of them, there's several babies, not just one.
She's are they all his kid? Ew.
I don't know. But
he's the only adult who could probably produce sperm. Maybe the other. But
there's also the pilot.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it's gross.
So you're saying the movie ends on a weird sex cult?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to remember the before time. I don't know. It's so bad.
Ew. Yeah. We'd marry, or you'd have one father. Never mind. I'm gonna go with it.
And I thought it was weird too when they do after she's doing this, they show like the city that they're in or whatever.
Yeah.
And they pull out, and there's skyscrapers in the city still. And
wait, sorry, do you know who didn't pull out? Was the pilot?
We're not doing this. What? No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I hope Tracey's mom's listening to this. I'm sorry, Tracey's mom. Go on. I'll shut up.
But there's skyscraper, there's tall buildings. Maybe they're not like 50, 60 stories, but they're like 20 stories high and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's lights on at the top of those buildings. And I'm just like,
oh, wait. So the teenage girl said they lighted up the city on purpose in honor of Max. Mm-hmm. I don't know how. Maybe they found pigs and
well, the way the city's lit up, it's not like all of the lights are on. It's like random lights on different floors.
I think it's where they're living.
But this is my problem. You have a 20-story building. Who's living at the top of a 20-story building when there's no other power? There's no elevators. How are there going to be elevators?
Yeah,
that's just craziness.
I will give the movie credit. I did enjoy the modeling work of the dead city.
Yes.
It looked pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was well done.
Well, there's one,
and that was like 30 seconds of a movie in the movie.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, I honestly didn't expect to hate it as much as I did watching it.
Me either. I was like, oh, you know what? As a kid, I probably didn't appreciate certain things. I forgot all about the children until I started watching it. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought the children was in the other movie.
What happens after Thunderdome? Like, sorry. So there is one child in the Road Warrior. Remember? I don't know if you remember. It's a feral child, and he has a boomerang.
Okay.
And then he becomes obsessed with Max and like tries to join him in the truck as they're trying to get away. Okay. And that is done perfectly. The kid's not annoying. I mean, the kid doesn't talk because he's a feral desert child, but that's an example where I'm like, this kid is not annoying. This is kind of fun. He cuts off a guy's hand when he throws the boomerang and he tries to catch it, and then all the bandits start laughing. It's a great scene.
Wow. You're like, hey, that guy's hand gets cut off. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I love the Road Warrior.
I don't remember. I literally don't remember anything about that movie.
Okay, we have to watch it. Like, I really like Fury Road, but I think I do like Road Warrior better.
I don't like it, so fine. Sure.
So it's only up.
Acceptable. It's all uphill from here. Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, so this movie was actually bought for me by my mom when I started the podcast.
I was going to ask why you own it, and not the better one.
Yeah, she actually bought 2 movies for me, and the funny thing is that
your mom's awesome.
She tried to disguise what she was trying to do, because so at the time, like I remember this whole story because I thought it was ridiculous. So I had just started the podcast, and it was around my birthday, and she was going to go see my aunt in New York.
Okay.
And she was like, like she gets bored of my aunt's place, and she's like, are there any movies you can recommend for me to watch? And blah, blah, blah. My mom's very picky about movies. She likes action movies, but there can't be swearing or too much sex in it.
Yep. I've always just say no cussing.
Yeah, there's no cussing. No cussing is allowed. And she loves Tina Turner. And like I rattled off a whole bunch of movies. And I'm just like, well, I guess you could do like Mad Max on Thunderdome because there's action. Tina Turner's in it. Sure, And so it's like, I told her a bunch of other movies. And she's like, okay, that sounds good. And then for my birthday gift, she hands me like these 2 movies. And I'm just like, this is not what? No. The whole point of the podcast is not to have more movies. It's to just watch the movies I have. And she's like, well, you recommended them, so I heard they were good. I'm like, if I knew you were getting me movies, I would have said completely different things.
Yeah, like Robocop 1 to 3.
Exactly. No, actually, one of the movies, the other movie is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I actually really like that movie, so I was very happy about it.
That's with what's his name?
Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually seen it. I know you like it.
Great movie.
I'm trying to think. Like that might be on one of my lists. Like I don't know if I've seen it. Anyways, sorry. Go on.
Yes.
I interrupted.
But yeah, I definitely would have said I'm happy that I got Man from U.N.C.L.E., but I'm not happy I got this one. I definitely would have said something completely different. Mm-hmm. I've been like, I would have probably gotten like Demolition Man or something. Like that would have been a good one to add on there. Yeah. That is one movie I'm sad I don't have, but also it's a movie that shows on TV all the time. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but can't you, when you get to Z, I don't know if you own any Zs, maybe go back like alphabetically to movies.
I do own a Z.
Or okay. So when that one's done, like what the hell could it be? Anyways.
You can't. You can think of what this movie is. Come on.
Zoolander.
It is not Zoolander. It is a funny movie though.
Oh shit! I need a clue. I've had a few vodka sodas.
Elizabeth Banks is in it.
She's in a lot of movies. I don't know.
There's a thing with a coffee shop.
Oh, Zach and Miri make a porno.
Yes, there you go.
There we go. But maybe when you're done that movie, you go back alphabetically to movies you wish you owned.
To keep this going.
Yeah. I love coming on here and I love listening to your podcast, so I don't want to end.
Yeah, I'd take like recommendations from people. Like, what's good?
Ooh, Mad Max Fury Road.
No, that's not coming on.
This does not count. I'm not doing a great job. This cannot count. Mike Studeman will have my head.
Yeah, but it's going to be movies I wish I had on my shelf, and that's definitely not going to be one of them.
Well, can you do like your friends wish you owned, or so then you're introduced to movies that like aside from Fury Road, like be like, hey, have you ever heard of this movie? Oh, you haven't? I wish you had this one.
I guess.
Oh, just thought.
Guess. Well, that's like 5 years from now. It's fine.
It's true. Okay. Yeah, but I hope you're still doing this.
Well, 4 years from now, I think. 4 years? I think it's 4 years. Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be a while.
I'll be 44, 45.
Old man.
Old man. What's a movie? I hope you have holodeck by then.
Oh, imagine.
Oh.
No, see, I'd have to stop doing the podcast because then I'd be creating hollow novels.
Yeah. I was about to say, what's on my hollow shelf?
I'll get one of the famous Geordie LaForge ones. It'd be amazing.
It's you and Leah Brahms.
God.
Sorry, I made you a lesbian.
It'd be all of us to be like, hey, show me your engine. Can I get my hand in that dilithium chamber? Oh my God.
Is that a nice linear chip in your pocket? Or are you happy to see me?
It's a dilithium crystal, duh.
Oh yeah, isolinear chips are probably small. Yeah, it should be delayed. Yeah, never mind.
You're talking about isolinear chips?
Okay, this has to stay in.
Okay.
Thank you, Tracey. If my stupid song is staying in, this has to stay in. Okay. My one demand.
Our Star Trek innuendo, it has to be in there.
Yes, please. Just so the viewer knows, we talked for 45 minutes about Star Trek, which I think is all getting cut. So
yes, I don't know if people can sit through all of that. They're gonna be like,
no, that would that's only for you and me, really, and a handful of other people.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a Patreon. I'm like, look, this is what we talk about. There you go.
Patreon exclusive. Sean and Trace talk Trek.
Oh my God! Imagine like every week we do that, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
So much. Yeah. So you want to talk Mad Max Fury Road or not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll do it justice, but I'm gonna try.
All I'm saying is I tried to give it a chance again. I rewatched it. Still think it's a pointless, stupid movie, and it makes me angry.
Okay, let's start on what do you like about the movie?
Just
what are some pros?
It's pretty, I guess. Like there's visually, there are things in it that are coolish to look at.
Yeah.
That's
it.
I guess Furiosa is a decent female character. She is like, she's tough, but she's super one-dimensional. But I guess everybody's one-dimensional in the movie. It's fine.
What about Toast to Knowing? Like her journey is amazing.
Who and what?
Oh, Zoe Kravitz. That's her name. Toast to Knowing. Oh, you clearly not paying attention.
What is her journey? She just sits in the back and she's like,
you're not supposed to ask me a follow-up question.
She has like a gun sometimes that she tries to reload, and she apparently can count to like 39, I think it was.
She's a very good counter.
Ugh. But yeah, anyways. But yeah, my only thing about it is, the visualness of it is cool. Mm-hmm. Just like Zack Snyder. I hate Zack Snyder as a director, but his visuals, you can't argue, are lovely.
When they're not too CG, yes, I agree.
Because even a movie like Sucker Punch, beautiful movie.
Oh, but what a dumb movie.
Garbage.
Oh,
absolute
so
garbage. Agreed. And that's how I feel about Mad Max Fury Road.
Not to talk about Zack Snyder too much, but man, he started off with a bang with Dawn of the Dead remake. I loved the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
And lately I've been watching his more often than I watched the original. Like, it's really good.
Yeah. Wait, he did the Netflix one, right? That's 3 hours long for some reason.
Oh God.
It was so bad.
So stupid.
Bad. Yeah.
Army of the Dead.
No, isn't Army of the Dead?
Is it? Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a spin-off movie with the Safecracker on Netflix.
Yeah, and it's like a prequel or something.
I'm like, why?
I don't know. But I finally got around to watching it, and I sat there watching it and going like, why am I torturing myself with this? This is stupid.
I enjoyed it on some levels because it's so bad. Like it's so bad, it's fun sometimes. Some of the gore and the death was fun, like people like head smashing in, and some of the kills I didn't expect. But overall, it's a really dumb movie.
Yeah, it's absolutely pointless.
I've been kind of shitting on Netflix tonight because I do love Netflix, but I wish they'd step it up. Like they got to stop giving these directors like hundreds of millions of dollars to make mediocre movies.
Yeah, but I think the problem with Netflix is, which they have started to cut back on, but I think they've started to cut back in the wrong places. They were just giving people money, make what you want, here you go, which is great for allowing creative people an outlet. But also, some of those creative people should not have been given that money.
Now, I've not seen this, but the Mike Myers show, whatever, about the guy from Canada.
I haven't watched that either. Yeah,
because I hear it's complete shit. It's so unfunny. Like nobody told him no.
Somebody's got to tell people no every once in a while.
Yeah, like you got to have some. Like HBO doesn't put out. They make the odd shitty thing, but generally, like something good comes out once a month, and I'm fine with that. I don't need 10 things a month that I'm not gonna be able to watch because it's too much content.
Well, and that's the problem. I think Netflix is all about creating content now instead of just providing content.
It's because they don't own anything. I mean, till like what 5-6 years ago, that's when they started really ramping up. Oh, probably even longer.
No, I think it's been longer than that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, when they started like House of Cards and that was some of the first shows they started making, and
I think House of Cards was their first big show.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, Netflix is my favorite. I always have Netflix as a streaming site, but man, like they're not going to survive as a company if they keep just giving Zack Snyder $200 million to make garbage. But I mean, this could be us being old. Talk like maybe teenagers love this movie, and this is like their, I don't know.
This is one of my biggest problems. Is I don't actually understand how. I know they say they choose programming based on metrics and stuff like that. And some shows, it's clearly you understand, like things like Stranger Things and stuff. Mm-hmm. Sure, lots of people watched it. Yeah, good metrics. They're gonna remake it. But there's also a lot of shows where people love the shows, but they cancel it because of metrics, and you're just like, but the show's very popular. People love the show. Why is it being canceled? Like stuff like that.
Do you think of an example?
They did one recently where it's just like they canceled that show. Well, I know there was Friends from College. There was that one.
Oh, that was Netflix. I didn't know.
Yeah, that if I remember, that was Netflix, wasn't it?
I didn't watch. I think Alicia watched it. I didn't watch
Friends,
it.
It was great. Like it was really good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people liked it. I remember they canceled Santa Clarita.
Yeah, it was Netflix.
Diet. It was okay, and I was very upset. I enjoyed that show, and I know other people were talking about it, but I don't know if it was popular.
It was. I know quite a few people who watched it, but a lot of people in the second season kind of was like, it's not good.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as season 1. That's true.
Yeah. But like, I loved Friends from College, and it is Netflix.
Glow, I was sad when they canceled it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I really like Glow.
I found it really boring. I didn't like any of the characters.
What?
I really didn't like any of them. And I watched like 3 or 4 episodes. So I didn't watch like one episode or anything. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes, and I was like, I don't like anything that's happening.
Okay. No, wasn't for you.
No.
I didn't like wrestling. I liked it.
Like because that's the thing. Like it seemed like a show that I'd really like and I'd get into. But I just could not get into it at all. It was just no.
Yeah.
There was like literally just the other day, there was one I was just like, oh my God, they're canceling that show. And I can't remember what it is.
Oh no, I hope you're not going to break my heart.
I'm just watching so much content lately. And the thing is a lot of it is just rerun content, not new content, but I'm also still forgetting what I'm watching on a regular basis.
That's why everything I watch, I rate on a IMDb so I can like go through it sometimes and be like, oh yeah, 6 months ago I watched this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Because you're right. There's just so much to watch, and it's hard to
keep track. Yeah,
it's impossible.
Because on average, like right now, I think I have like 10 shows on the go, and then I'm watching movies for this, and then I'll watch movies in the theater, and then I'll watch something interesting if it's on TV, and blah blah blah. So I'm just like watching a lot of things.
Yeah, and I play video games, so that eats up a chunk of my week where I could be watching TV or movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
also, I have a full-time job, guys, so that's taking up a bit of time too.
Well, be like me. You got to quit and live off the government toll to eat. I mean,
that's how you do it. That's how you.
Thanks, Trudeau, for my Netflix subscription.
Wait, did you just steal his password and watch what he watches? He doesn't know.
He watches some dark shit. Anyway, sorry. We should go back to Fury Road.
Yes. But watching Fury Road today, it is just like as I said, it reminds me of a Zack Snyder movie where there's a lot of scenes that are just out there just to be like on a poster. But everything that's quote unquote connecting it is just stupid or nonsense.
You know where it's different than a Zack Snyder movie is? There's definitely some CG in it, but so much of that movie is practical. And the shots are so like.
But that's not what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't matter if it's practical or not. I said it looks good.
To me, it does.
I am not saying no.
Watching that in the theater, like I felt like I was anxious because I'm like, oh my God, people are actually doing this. Like when they're going from car to car on those swinging majig things, and it looks like they're going, I don't know, 70 miles an hour. They're probably only going like 20 or 30, or less. But oh man, like every time I watch it, I get anxiety.
But that's the thing. I am not,
and I love that about it.
But I'm not saying no. I think it looks good, whether it's practical or CG or not. I think it looks really good. And the technical aspect of, I'm not saying every movie, no matter how crappy a movie is, the fact that you got a movie made is incredible, right? And yeah, there's a lot of practical effects in it and stunts and stuff like that look cool. But overall, story-wise, my experience with the film, I don't like the movie because it doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't tell a story. There's no character progression. Nothing really happens. Like, it's just...
There's so much story built into the world building of it. And
but you can build a world where nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Like you're not wrong. Like, basically, they drive away from... I can't know what it's called.
Wherever the stupid face guy is, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they go to find Furiosa's family. They're dead. They pick up the remnants of that tribe and drive back. But for that 2 hours, it's like it's just amazing. I can't articulate it. Why I like it so much.
I found it boring.
Yeah. So you watched it today?
I watched it today.
Yeah, I think I was at a cottage in Blue Mountain and I watched it with some friends. We were up late and we had a great time watching it.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I had in the big screen with all this shit happening.
Yeah.
Sure. And I felt exactly the same way. I watched it on the big screen. I'm watching it on the small screen now. Sure. It just doesn't do anything because all of the action in it seems pointless. And also stuff like, I'm sorry, people lose their shit about that stupid car with the speakers and the guy with the guitar and the flaming
that is
shit.
Fucking amazing.
It's fucking stupid.
It's so awesome.
So fucking stupid. It makes me so angry.
How can you hate Flame Guitar Guy?
What is the point of it? There's no point to it. It's like, I understand.
He is directing all the cars.
He's not directing any cars.
Yes, he is. He's like a drummer boy in old timey wars, telling them to make formation, and that
is actually not what he's doing,
isn't it?
Because the religion that is created by the stupid the Immortan Joe, whatever his name is based on Vikings. That's what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that Vikings used to do was make a lot of noise to scare their enemy. That's what that guy is doing.
Well, then that's also cool.
But what he is doing is stupid. It is a waste of energy. It is a waste of time. It is completely pointless. It's just stupid.
That was the biggest Oscar snub of the year. Best actor for Flame Guitar Guy.
Apparently that guy has like his character has like a proper name somewhere, but I don't remember which one it is.
Oh,
But like,
they all have crazy names.
Yeah. And it just like, I see that guy and he's like jumping around on these like bungee things. And I'm like,
oh, it's fantastic. Fuck? And then there's a scene where like you see him sleeping, but he's in like he's sleeping on wires so he can get him like bounce right back and play the guitar. Oh, it's amazing.
I fucking hate it.
His death is the saddest death in the movie.
It's the greatest death in the movie. What are you talking about? You're like, yay, it's over.
No.
Just piss me off.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah. It's just like, because it's, again, in a dystopian world where people are dying, why is everything so fucking theatrical? Like, everything is theatrics. Like, even him, like, at the beginning when they're, like, putting on his, like, chest plates and stuff.
That is so... You learned so much from that one scene about, like, who Immortan Joe is.
Yeah, he's a diseased, gross old man. Yeah, I know.
And he really can't function without the support of his...
He's Darth Vader. You get it, right? He is.
He's Australian post-apocalyptic Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. That's exactly, because he gets put in his little suit. He has to have a breathing apparatus that he's breathing through. Yeah. The whole thing. He just doesn't have little LED lights on his chest. Like, that's it. He's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's also a better father. Like, he looks after his sons.
He's like raping little girls in the background. Sure. Yeah, let's go with it. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Oh yeah. Well, he's the bad guy in the movie.
He's the bad guy in the movie.
No, but I was talking about his son. He's like, I could have had a little brother. and I think the guy who has the periscope back at home base, I think
he's the son as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So he seems like a good father.
Oh God, I rolled my eyes so hard just now, guys. I'm sorry. My face hurts because I rolled them so hard.
I'm trying to I don't know why I'm trying to humanize Immortan Joe.
I don't know either. No.
I don't
know. Yeah, I understand the world building. I know what you're pointing out, but the overall story is pointless. And it makes me feel like I've wasted my time. That's all it does. And the other problem is like, I know you want to see car chases and explosions, but because there's no breaks between the car chases and explosions, I get bored. Because you can't have a 2-hour car chase.
Yes, you can.
No, before it to be interesting. No.
Fury Road proved it.
Oh my God! It was such a waste of
and
time.
it's not the same car chase. Like, there's different stages. There are definitely pauses. Like it is not literally a 2-hour car chase. Probably an hour. If you add it all up.
I honestly don't care. I just hate it.
Oh.
I just hate it. It's a waste of time and energy.
I am glad you watched it again, though.
I did. I gave it another shot.
Yes, you did. Tried. Yep.
I tried.
I appreciate it about you, Tracey. You didn't even have to watch it, and you did.
I am one of those. Like I said before, I will watch something just to bitch about it, but I won't bitch about it unless I watch it. So I did it. So I get to bitch. Like,
I'm probably going to watch Morbius when it comes out because I think it's going to be really bad, and I want to complain about it and make fun of it.
Morbius has been out for months. What are you talking about?
I'm not paying for it. I'll wait till it comes on some streaming. I mean, I also want to watch that with people while we're drinking.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to watch it too, so I can properly bitch about
it. But wait. Save that one for me if you can, so we can just... It looks so bad. And Jared Leto is such a weirdo with his sex cult, and he needs to go away.
I don't understand what happened to him, but yeah.
I don't either.
I miss Jordan Catalano so much. God.
That's what fame does to you.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I don't like Fury Road.
Yeah.
I don't like Beyond Thunderdome. Also, they spend no time in Thunderdome, I've realized. Like, there's no
maybe
time
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
And
like, the movie's named it, and
all of the advertising is about Thunderdome.
I wish I wasn't so busy. Like, I was busy with work this week. I wanted to I should have looked up this movie because there must have been production issues or something. It's a very strange, ill-fitting movie.
To be honest, I actually think it has the same feel as Fury Road. Wait, before I stop. I have the exact same reaction to it, where I was just bored the whole time and be like, let me get on with this. That's just how I felt the whole time.
Well, like I really think the two director thing might be a red flag. And like anyways, I'll look up it later.
Maybe it was one of those things where like one director was like comes in and there's like they had to bring somebody on to like fix it, quote unquote, or whatever. You know?
But you can't fix George Miller. He's a genius. The man made Babe.
I'm just.
Oh, okay, okay. This is what I think we should do. We should have a Road Warrior night and Babe night. There will be drinks and libations. I swear.
Okay, a lot of drinks, please. Yes. A lot. Okay.
You're gonna love Babe. You know what? I would think of the 4 Mad Max movies, you would probably like Road Warrior the most. It actually has
95% sure I have seen all of the Mad Max movies.
If story is your issue, and with Fury Road, there's more of a story, I guess, and like it's. I wouldn't say there's character progression, but well, maybe a tiny bit. Yeah, I think you actually might enjoy Road Warrior.
I just think everything in the movie is pointless, and it makes me not care about anything. And I understand your world building thing, because I agree with you. There's lots of world building in there. It's one
of the best examples I've ever seen of it.
Like even like I said, like the religion this guy built up is built based on like Vikings and them wanting to do Valhalla and all that kind of stuff, and the stuff that they do. I picked up on all of that stuff. Like I understand the world building there, and like that city, people are sick and dying. There's disease filled and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what are they called? Half-Life Boys or something?
Something like that. Yeah. And he's stealing people's children and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And also making his own army by stealing the quote unquote young girls and having his way with them.
The young pretty ones.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. Like I understand the world. I get the world building. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll never agree on this, but we will fight this to the day we die. Or one of us dies.
Yeah, you'll still be like, you know what? It was the best movie ever. I need you back now.
I hope that's my last line. I don't know why you're in my deathbed, but
or you'd be like, tell Tracey.
Did you murder me, Tracey?
Amazing.
Wait, did you murder me? And that's why I'm saying that.
There's a good chance. She's like, it was worth it because it's amazing. No. Yeah. Anyways, any last thoughts about these two movies?
Quickly, I have read this was a nightmare for the actors because there wasn't really a script.
For which one?
Fury Road.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. We're supposed to talk about the other two movies, but I heard Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron did not get along, and also they had no idea what was going on because most of it was in George Miller's head, and they were there for months, and they're like, "What the hell are we doing here? Like, what is going on?"
Yeah. Well, Tom Hardy says like 5 words in the whole movie. Like it's
there's a book about the making of Fury Road, and I kind of want to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that George Miller was a dick. It's just that like he's an auteur and like kept a lot of it in his head and didn't explain to his actors what was going on, and anyways.
But also, I think that confusion is part of the role they're supposed to play, right?
I know, but these are people doing a job. Like you shouldn't. It's like when directors torture their actors. I'm like, or
that's just cruelty.
Or actors are method. I'm like, fuck off. Like, don't not to bring up Jared Leto again, but he was giving like his co-stars rats and stuff, or
when he was playing Joker.
Yeah, like what a douchebag thing to do. Like, you're acting. You're not. Anyway, method acting really bothers me.
I think it was like Gary Oldman or something. One of those like really good actors that is amazing and everything. It was just like method acting is for assholes. Is essentially what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You get to set, you get into character, you do your part, and you're done. Like that's what you do.
Yeah, he's so right.
Yeah. Like it's if you have to do all of that to get into your character, you're not a good actor. You're just changing your personality and being that personality on screen. Those are different things.
Yeah, apparently Jim Carrey was like that with the making of the Andy Kaufman movie.
Oh yes, I heard about that. Yeah,
and I tried to watch the documentary about it, and it's like, no, you're just being an asshole. Like he's like, no, I really had to get into Andy's head. Blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah, but Andy Kaufman wasn't a nice person,
and you never met him, and you don't know anything about him, and anyway, so you treated your co-stars like dicks for a role. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But sorry, final thoughts of like the actual two movies we're supposed to talk about. Thank you for having me watch Lucky Number Slevin. I really, really enjoyed that last night. And not that I'm not going to thank you, but it was nice to see Beyond Thunderdome again, because I've always kind of avoided it. And I definitely haven't seen it in like at least 20 years.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So now I can properly bitch about it again. I really forgot about the kids until like he got on like Gulag. Is there a prison scene? Like, and then these kids show up. Like, oh no, I forgot about these little assholes.
I don't know, the whole scene where she's like doing the storytelling, and for some reason she's like she's got like the square on a stick, so it looks like a TV screen.
It's what they think a TV is. Yeah.
I was like, come on, really?
So annoying.
And also the storytelling took way too long. It was like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's so
and I was just like, stop it, no more.
Yeah, when will this end? Get to the car chase. Oh, what? The car chase another 40 minutes away? Are you kidding me? This is a Mad Max movie. What
I was so frustrated because I was like, I thought this movie was 2 hours long, and I kept checking how long there was to go. And we're like, oh, it's only been 25 minutes. Okay. Oh, it's only been 30 minutes. It's been 6 hours. What are you talking about? It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Lucky Number Slevin is one of the reasons why I enjoy doing this podcast, because I get to rewatch movies that I forget about, or like like when you see stuff all the time, but you're like, oh, it's there, and you just don't pick it up, and then you rewatch it finally, and you're just like, this is great. Why don't I watch this more often? And that's why I love doing this podcast. Like it just makes me revisit like these great things that are like I have, and it makes me enjoy them. I might have to do a podcast about like my books or something, because make me read more. But yeah.
It should be what I want on my shelf, like Demolition Man, or pick like 100 movies you don't own.
Yeah. Oh, that's relatively easy that I would like to have. Yeah. And my last thought is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome is one of the reasons I hate doing this podcast, because I rewatch things and I'm like, why do I have this? This is horrible. Oh my God.
Thanks, Tracey's mom. I appreciate it. I owe you one.
Her heart was in a good place.
Exactly. That's how,
But also,
not every present from her parents can be perfect.
Exactly. But also, this allows me to bitch about things properly, so it's fine. Again, yes. But yeah, so go watch Lucky Number Slevin if you've never watched it. You can skip Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, and Fury Road. It's fine.
Nope. Just one of those. And watch The Road Warrior.
Oh yeah, okay. You're gonna make me watch at some point. Yes,
I hope so. Yeah. Let's have a George Miller night.
Babe and Road Warrior.
They totally
fit. So confused. Be like, no, they're by the same director. It's fine. Oh, and you have to watch Victor Frankenstein.
Oh yes. I did add that to my list.
Yes.
But like I said, if I recognize it, I'm turning it off, because
come on,
I could just be confusing with I, Frankenstein.
I think you're confusing with I, Frankenstein. That movie,
which I've definitely seen.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for coming and joining me this evening.
Good luck editing this.
Oh God, it's gonna take forever. Well, that's it for this episode of Off My Shelf. Until next time, you can follow along on Instagram and Twitter at ohmyshelf, or you can send an email to ohmyshelf@gmail.com. On the next episode, we will be talking about Madagascar and Mean Girls. Hope you'll be here to listen.